Hello, hello. Alright. Well, good news. I got my orbment straightened out. I've only been talking about doing that forever. So shouldn't have to worry about that for the long term. Alrighty, on to Act 3.
ニュースセンターより最新のニュースが入っています。
こんにちは。タイレル通信がお送りするニューストピックです。先日電撃的に発表されたジュディス・ランスターとニナ・フェンリーの2大女優が共演する新作コラボ映画について、早くも今年の両映画祭でのプレミア上映が決定したことで、関連チケットの予約が殺到している状況です。
続いてはお天気情報です。
はい、ガルバード共和国各地のお天気をお伝えします。暖かかった先週から打って変わって、今日から明日にかけては気温がぐっと下がりそうです。北部や東部の山沿いでは積雪注意報が出ており、首都周辺も明日の日中は小雪がちらつきそうです。
お天気情報でした。ここで首都圏の交通情報です。
カルバード道路交通情報センターより交通情報をお伝えします。 Z1 グランプリの開催に伴い、12区グランサーキットにつながる幹線道路は現在も大変混み合っています。明日はグランプリ決勝ということもあり、本日以上の渋滞が予想されますので、向かわれる場合はお気をつけください。
ありがとうございました。
I just want to stay in the office and keep listening to the jams. Best track in this game. All good things must come to an end. Nadia and Swin's room. Those two used this vacant room when old man Brigard left. But now... I hope Nadia doesn't do anything reckless. She was holed up here for days when we got back. Paulette was worried that she wasn't eating properly. She called out to her, but she didn't respond. No, she probably didn't notice in the first place. It's like she lost the will to live. That's how shocking it must have been for Lady Nadia. If she started acting with a goal in mind, it might be better than how she was before in a way. There's a chance she'll do something reckless, though. We have to bring her back quickly. Yes. Meow, meow, meow. She seems really desperate for some reason, and kinda depressed. Did something happen among the cats? Nom nom. The main dish and dessert are the best. To think there'd be such a good restaurant in the old town. Bistro Montmartre, huh? I'll come again. Absolutely. Gulp. I'm glad he likes it. Honestly, I don't really want it to be well known. This exquisitely controlled impact. It's a flavor that makes me want to eat it every day. Nom nom. I found a great restaurant. You guys, it looks like you're going out, huh? Yeah, we're gonna get a bit of a fresh start and make our rounds. Don't worry about them. They'll come back soon. Yes, I hope so. I'll leave their room as it is, so if you run into them, please let them know. Yes, we will. Let's find some clues somehow. I heard a lot of things happened during your last trip. Quattro, you seem to be doing well, but please don't push yourself too hard. Yes, I know. Thank you, Paulette. We'll support him as much as we can, too. Looks like they've got a lot going on. Well, whatever. I haven't gotten their departure notice yet. Tell them they can come back at any time. I work for a design firm that specializes in housing. However, it's just a small company with my wife and me. Checking magazines in Montmartre like this is our secret to doing good work. Come to think of it, there was a girl who was staring intensely at a design magazine at the general store the other day. She was a bit of an odd one, but I wonder if she's the girl who moved here recently. Hawker's been on business trips a lot lately, so I've been spending a lot of time alone. He should be back tomorrow, but I'm a little worried about that promise. The latest issue of the Tyrell News is 100 Mira. If you're gonna buy it, then hurry up and do it. Man, looking at your pouty face makes me feel like I'm back, old lady. You trying to pick a fight? You always got a comeback, brat. I heard the youngsters from your office won't be coming back, right? Then do something about it. Yeah, that goes without saying. Yes, we'll definitely bring them back. By the way, as for new candy flavors, it looks like this milk caramel flavor is a new release, isn't it? What are you gonna do, old man? Buy a huge box of them? Hey guys, don't go ahead with my routine on your own. Don't make a fuss in front of my store. If you're gonna buy something, hurry up. Hilltown seems really peaceful. We already have that book. Oops. Society. Krail Village Fund bears fruits. Last November, Krail Village suffered a tragedy in which almost all of its residents lost their lives in the worst act of terrorism in history. Even now, the military continues to blockade the village, preventing the relatives of the victims from even visiting to mourn their losses. However, there is one modest news report about Krail Village that gives us some hope. Since last year, several groups and companies have been working together to raise funds for Krail Village, with the aim of memorializing and rebuilding the village. And it's been said that the fund has finally reached its target amount. And although the target amount has been reached, activities for Krail Village are expected to continue in the future. It was originally planned that a portion of the proceeds from the film being produced jointly by Vegas Film and Kowloon Film would be donated, and there has been no change in that plan. The Mira collected from this fund will be used mainly to donate to the relatives of the people of Krail, to build memorial facilities, and to revive the local specialty industry that was lost with the village, along with the village, with the goal of eventually rebuilding the village after the blockade is lifted. Although the road to rebuilding the village is long, many of the relatives of the victims and other concerned people believe that one day, when the blockade is lifted, they will be able to continue the legacy of the villagers by rebuilding a new Krail village on the same site. Z1 final race approaching. Who will win the trophy? The final match of this year's Z1 Grand Prix is coming up tomorrow. All eyes are on the Grand Circuit to see who will be this year's champion. In an exhibition race last month, Maxim won with Aslan coming in second. Before the final race, Aslan said, "I've been putting in a lot of effort myself over the past month, but more than that, the mechanics are getting my race car in top condition. Also, the cheers from all the fans have been extremely encouraging. In the last race, I'll definitely live up to those expectations." Maxim also commented, "I will definitely obtain the glory of a 4th consecutive championship. I have more people looking up to me now than ever before, and if I don't live up to their expectations, I'd bring shame upon myself. In the end, who will take the crown? Although the focus tends to be on Edois and Inger because of their potential winners, it goes without saying that Red Star and Leno are also entering the race with great enthusiasm. Especially in the Z1 Grand Prix, Lino, which has performed poorly for the past several years in a row, has shown a strong determination to make up for it this year. The person in charge of the team said with confidence, "This is a battle that puts the prestige of our company and team on the line. We will surely make up for the bad name we've been given in the past." Politics. Political debate. Republican Party criticizes young Congressman Ryan. The political debate to be held on the 22nd of this month, hosted by the International Cooperation Organization, a non-governmental organization, is attracting a lot of attention from the ruling and opposition parties. The theme is the role of the Republic in the international community. And from the standpoint of the NGO, it seems that they have the intention of assessing the Republic's position on the continent of Zemuria in their own way. The ruling party, the Patriot Alliance, has already announced that President Grahamhart will personally take the stage. On the other hand, it seems that Ryan Connolly, who has been drawing attention as a young congressman in recent years, is taking the stage from the leading opposition party, the Republican Party. Mr. Ryan is considered to be a non-mainstream Republican, but due to his flexible ability to respond and plan, he is considered a promising figure by some of the important members of the party, including former President Rocksmith. In an interview with this magazine, Congressman Ryan had the following to say about the political debate that will be held in 2 days' time. Congressman Ryan Connolly: "I can't say I'm mainstream for my faction, but I am a little bewildered that I've been entrusted with the role of facing the president. However, if I'm going to do it, I'll just have to face him with sincerity and conviction. In this debate, I will be delving into the vision the president has for the Republic, which has become the most influential power on the Zemurian continent. This is not just a matter of individual international policy, but a matter that should be considered for the future of the country." While Mr. Ryan is a young politician who is a member of the Republican Party, he still holds on to his own values and beliefs. What will be the impact of the stone he is about to throw on the current politics of the Republic? Column: History of the White Clove, symbol of the Republic. As we approach the middle of March, white clove flowers have begun to bloom in various places again this year. In the capital city, a wide area is already showing signs of them blossoming, and they are expected to be in full bloom by the end of this month. This is a springtime tradition in our country. The white clove is not just a seasonal flower, but also the national flower that symbolizes our country in many ways. In this column, we will explain the cultural and historical aspects of it. First of all, these flowers are familiar to the Republic, especially in the capital, but they are an endemic species that grow only in the territory of Calvard. They've been popular in Calvard for a long time. The Republic's national anthem is also known as the Oath of the White Clove and is a symbol of this country. Originally, the cloves were native to tropical areas in the southeastern part of the continent where Calvard is located. However, due to demand for spices during the Kingdom period, they were brought here through trade with the former Eastern Empire. In the midst of all that, despite being in a completely different environment from where it came from, it miraculously took root in the land of Calvard. And through adaptation, a variant of white flower petals were born. That was the white clove, a species endemic to Calvard. In addition to its beauty, it is an endemic species that has been popular as a national symbol since the days of the former kingdom, and was loved by royalty and nobility alike. However, during the Revolutionary period, this flower came to have a new meaning. It's a white clove that symbolizes diversity and harmony. Even in the western part of the continent, plants native to the southeastern end of the continent have miraculously taken root only in Calvard, and their colors have changed in harmony with the environment here. Many people saw this fact as a sign of acceptance and coexistence of many ethnic groups. The white clove on the national emblem of the Calvard Republic is not only to match the motif of the national anthem, but also to express the ideal of living together in a new era. And we're done with that for now. Oh, it's you guys. So Nadia disappeared after Swin, huh? I'm worried about them, especially when there's nowhere else for them to go. Yes, it's not like there aren't places they could go. I don't know if it'll be that easy to find them. Well, we're gonna try and find out what's going on. Don't worry about them too much. Is that so? Well, they were your Deputy Spriggans, so I'm sure they're safe somewhere. If you learn anything, let us know. It'll be lonely without them here. Yes, we'll do that. I don't know what's going on with those kids, but they were our regulars. It's really lonely not being able to see them. Let me know if you learn anything. Don't push yourselves too hard, guys. Raymond! Raymond! Long time no see. What are you doing here? I'm just running a little errand. Looks like things haven't changed around here. Yes, everyone's doing well. Of course, these flowers are too. Raymond, you went to a painting school, right? Yeah, I thought I'd chase after my dreams too. Still, the old town sure is calming. I'll be sure to drop by again when I feel like it. Yes, by all means. I'll even prepare some delicious sweets for you. Hey everyone, it's been a while. I was in the area on an errand, but I missed the old town. Life in that share house really was fun. I hope Jess and my sister Carol are doing well too. Raymond is the one who taught me how to take care of flowers. It seems like a lot of things happened that caused him to move away. But I'm glad we got to meet again. I'll have to do some research on making sweets in case he drops by again.
どうしましょうか。ぜひまた来てくださいね。どれどれ。
Now everyone, let's enjoy Sunday school again today. Wait, no one's here? What's going on? Don't tell me this is a group sabotage. All those cute kids at once. What in the world is going on? I wonder if Sunday school has been boring lately. I thought the class on making medicine was a lot of fun. Don't tell me. They're looking for an even more exciting special class? Ooh, what kind of topic would catch their interest? I'm curious too. Spring is the season of meetings and also of partings. I'm sure some people may become estranged from one another when they advance to the next grade or go on to college, but don't let your sadness get the better of you. Human relationships are things that cannot be easily lost. You'll meet again someday. I'm certain that your strong bond will guide you. Meow, meow. Huh? There's a cat over there. Looks like it's looking for something. Man, that's pretty impressive. I always thought I had a good aesthetic sense due to my line of work. But I can't believe how powerful this impact is. And she's self-taught too. It's like she's got the perfect embodiment of taste and art. Do you mean... Yeah, we're talking about Kisara. Actually, I asked her to do a painting the other day. She finished it yesterday. I mean, this is amazing. It's a large painting with the theme of the sky. It must have been painted by that girl. It's certainly very powerful, isn't it? It's a little unrefined, but that's part of its charm. Yes, it gives me a strong feeling. It's like an aura. If I'm not mistaken, it was done by the girl that you and the others met in Messeldom, right, Van? Yeah, I didn't expect her to move to the old town, though. But, well, looks like she doesn't have any worries, so that's fine, right? You're right. She may have her own thoughts on the matter, though. Even though I asked her to do it, I didn't expect it to turn out like this, either. Maybe I should consider giving her an additional award other than the mirror I gave her. Wahaha! She didn't seem interested in her work being appraised. But it might be a good idea to express our gratitude in some way, for her own sake. Goodness, what a feral child, to think she'd paint something like this with just her taste in art. With her only being 14 or 15 years old, I feel like she's got a lot of potential. But that might depend on her own determination, and I hope she treads the right path. I heard Kisara was good at painting, so I asked her to paint something for the entrance. I never thought I'd see something like this. It was really unexpected. She's so stuck up and doesn't talk much, but I'm sure she's hiding some intense feelings. I think I'm starting to get interested in her skills as an artist.
暑すぎない？
体温上昇。汗がすごいな。
整ったぜ。
今後もラグーナをよろしくね。
硬いこと言うなよ。
It's locked. The residents don't appear to be here. Hey, long time no see. How have you been? Dad? Jeez, dummy, I can't believe you're coming home now. You're too late. Anyway, let's hear what you have to say about that girl. Ah, you mean Kisara? I'm glad you asked. That's right, I met her in Messeldom. Dad, you're doing things at your own pace too much. I was expecting this, but you're not showing any signs of remorse. I saw her in the plaza earlier, and it seems like she's starting to fit in well. I like to hear how she's been doing lately, too. Yeah, it'll take a while, so let's make some tea and have a nice chat. So Kisara and I started taking baths together. Even though I'm a bother, she says, just come in. Kisara was scary at first, but she's a really kind and good girl. I see. To think you'd get this attached to her, Rebecca. But your social withdrawal hasn't changed a bit, either. That's right, your dad's got a good idea. Huh? I'm scared for some reason. I can only come back once in a while, but it really is nice to be home. I stocked up on lots of rare parts this time too, so I'll have to show them to these two. Also, this might be a good opportunity for Rebecca. Well, since I'm here, I'll try making a suggestion. Dad's always traveling, so his ideas are way too scary. It's fine. I'm a perpetual shut-in. I'm not like Dad or Kisara. Sorry for all the commotion. It's been a while since our father came home. There's so much I want to say to him, but for now, I'm glad to see he's doing well. I wonder if he'll be home for a while. If so, I'll have to lecture him. I have a lot to lecture him about. Wow, amazing! Kisara, you're really good at drawing. You're on the level of a professional artist. When I look at your drawing, my heart beats really fast. You use the same color pencils as me, so why? Hey, Kisara, draw some more pictures. Draw a picture of me next. Ah, in that case, I want you to draw one of me, too. I'm gonna tell Mommy and Daddy that you're awesome, Kisara. Ah, then me too. Hey guys, you're gonna bother Kisara. Okay, I'll draw you all, so calm down. Jeez, how can you get that excited when all I did was a doodle? Even the one I did in the public bathhouse was a doodle. She even gave me Mira and said it was a reward. I don't know if it's my place to say this, but this whole place is too peaceful. Looks like the kids are getting along pretty well. I was worried at first, but at this rate, I guess there's no need to worry so much. Ooh, I can't believe she can draw something like this so easily. Wait, huh? Come to think of it, I feel like I'm forgetting something important. What was it again? I feel like there was something going on today. That reminds me, I'm glad you, Fairy, and the others are back, Van. But is it true that Swen and Nadia went somewhere? They seem to have their reasons. We're keeping it a secret from Yume, though. She's pretty sharp, too. We'll just have to bring him back as soon as possible. Yeah, let's do as much as we can today and try to find some clues. Kisara, you're really good at drawing. It's kind of like magic. This is seriously throwing me off. What am I doing? That reminds me, Dad and I are going to watch the Z1 race tomorrow. Here, it's going to be the most exciting final race, so I'm really looking forward to it. But I wonder if Dad's really going to come home from his business trip. He's been late a lot lately, so I'm worried. Phew, it's been about 2 weeks since I've been taken care of by those two at the repair workshop. It's it more or less feels like I'm freeloading while helping out with shopping and chores and stuff. Still, Rebecca's hopeless. She sleeps in every morning and doesn't eat properly. Rebecca's been teaching me how to cook and do the housework, but he's too soft on Rebecca. The old town looks a bit like where I used to live in Northumbria. I'm even more amazed to see all these peace-loving idiots here. Still, I can't let those two at the repair workshop take care of me forever. I'm looking for a job here and there, but there aren't any jobs where I can make some quick mira. Maybe selling my paintings would get me some mira? No, that would be too good to be true. Meow, meow. There's a stray cat here, too. It's like the cats are searching for something. There's a gray cat. There's a gray cat named Etoile who lives in the old town. She's been acting a little strange lately. Maybe it's just my imagination. She used to be completely infatuated with me, despite not being friendly with anyone else. She's been strangely on edge lately. I wonder if something happened in the cat world. Come to think of it, the other cats seem to be restless too. I wonder if something happened in the cat world. Oh, so you're here too, huh? Man, guys. I was just exchanging information with this girl. Van, did you guys come here because of that issue with Nadia you told me about on our call earlier? That and many other things. Right now we need a bit of a clue as a starting point. I heard about it from Bermati too, but I can't believe even Nadia left. So, did you find out anything? I've been looking around, but I haven't found anything of note yet. It seems Nadia valued your skills as an informant, Bermati. I thought she might have come here. I was the one who introduced them to Bermati in the first place. I also asked him to gather information on Swin as a top priority. If Bermati had found something, he would have passed it on to me. So that's why Nadia knew there was no point in coming here. This wouldn't have happened if I'd found some kind of clue about Swin somehow. He didn't get caught up in the guild's information network either, so it can't be helped. And that garden master and the Oathbreaker too. They've been missing for the most part ever since the incident on Nimeth Island. Rumors about the red monster that caused a commotion around the capital has completely died down now. That's why I came here. Messeldom, Langport, and even Nimeth Island. Despite the series of disturbing incidents, there have hardly been any reports. That doesn't mean the press was being restricted, does it? Of course, I can't report on everything that's going on, but that's the way it always is. If anything, it's like the mass media thinks there's no need to report on it. The country is at peace now, and the atmosphere is very different from when Almada was working behind the scenes. It's also because Gerard and the others intentionally spread fear, but that Garden Master's objective and means are completely different from Almada's. I don't know how to put it. It's even creepier. I hope it's not too late by the time we figure it out. There's no doubt he's planning something, but we can't even find a lead. I'll keep digging and let you guys know if I find some. Let you know as soon as I find something. I'll ask around a lot at our publisher too. Yeah, I'm counting on you. In this eerie situation, I wonder what Dingo would do. I'm sure he'd be a few steps ahead of me, and he'd be helping the Spriggans even more. Mario. Yeah, he might have gotten ahead of my information network with a nonchalant air. But no matter how good-looking he was, even Dingo was a normal boy. He must have been struggling a lot in places where we couldn't see him. Just like you are now, Mario. Ramadi. Don't worry. Believe in yourself and keep moving forward. That's much more like you, Mario. Thank you very much. I won't let go of this uncomfortable feeling, and I'll definitely get to the bottom of this string of incidents. She still has a long way to go, but I guess she's still reliable. I miss the days when she got drunk and passed out against Dingo. Actually, in this situation, I'm working on another big job at the same time. But I don't think the incidents on Nimeth Island or with the Red Monster will end without anything happening. This time, I don't know what I can do, but I'll get there before any damage is done. Ever since the incident on Nimeth Island, it seems there's been some movement behind the scenes, so I'll try to do some investigating, including where those kids are. Don't worry about them too much, Van. I'll let you know if I learn anything. Hold on a second. I will be back in just a minute. All right. I think the change of seasons is getting to me. By the way, you use a masculine pen name, don't you, Miss Coconut? It's a boys' magazine, so I understand that. But do you want to keep your true identity a secret after all? Ah, that. That wasn't the reason at first. But I really wanted to do a gag comic, you know. That's why I had a pen name like that, but a lot happened. I see. No, actually, we've been getting a flood of inquiries about doing an event. No other comic has been this well received, so if you don't mind, please do it. I'm really not good at action, hot-bloodedness, and friendship. Miss Coconut, did you hear me? Yeah, it's about work, isn't it? I know. Well, I'll try to do my best. Really? Thank you so much, Miss Coconut. Huh? What were we talking about again? To think Miss Coconut would give the okay to appear at an event. This might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As the person in charge of her, I need to make it a reality as soon as possible. Huh? I don't think we're on the same page here. Cronin is in motivated mode for some reason. I'm scared. Van, guys, it's been a while. Actually, we posted a picture on social media of a rare deep-sea fish Shannon caught on Nimeth Island. The number of subscribers to our Fishing Love account has tripled. And we also got lots of comments on the picture. Some famous-looking people from the Imperial Fishing Club followed us too. Doesn't it feel like we suddenly became celebrities? Wow, the Imperial Fishing Club, huh? I've certainly heard of them before. If you know them, Van, then they must be really amazing people. Anyway, we plan to keep posting pictures of fish like this so we don't lose any followers. The part that's like a fishing diary is popular too, so I'm thinking of doing that some more. Oh yeah, I should post the story about Shannon almost dropping her lunch in the river yesterday while we were fishing. Ah, that's embarrassing. I told you to stop it. And I'll also give these to you guys as usual, Van. Seems like you guys are always busy, but let's enjoy some fishing together. Yeah, we'll gladly accept. Looks like the incident on Nemeth Island hasn't even been reported on the news. Well, even among us, we've decided not to post any gloomy stories on social media. A lot of terrible things happened on Nemeth Island, but we were able to make lots of fun memories, and I got to catch a rare fish. At this rate, the three of us are going to catch more and more fish and liven up our social media account. That's why we should emphasize the hot sensation. We need to highlight the sense of the seasons more. For example, that's right, Odin. I've heard it's a staple winter dish in the East. Wait, you can't put soup in a taco, and the flavors don't even match at all. And how about an extra large serving of mustard? If it's super spicy, it'll be a hit for sure. It's almost spring, so if you want to go for a sense of the seasons, then some high quality tacos using seasonal vegetables also works. What a heated discussion. I feel like they're straying off course, though. If it's going to be high quality, then we might as well use a delicacy. No, fusion with Eastern cuisine is a hot development. I'd rather have all of it in one dish. Man, at the very least, I'd rather she come up with a new menu item that's easy on the stomach and tongue than some low-quality junk food. As a taco shop owner, I can't compromise on taste. No matter what kind of low-quality product it is, I'll make it into a delicious taco. I swear on my pride. I haven't seen you since the Spring Festival, Natalie. You seem to be doing well as a chanson singer. But why did you call me here all of a sudden? I saw that idol group that you and Lulu were in the other day. It was so lame that I couldn't help but sigh. Where did all that energy you had during the anniversary festival go? In the first place, you're doing a terrible job attracting customers. You should even advertise your free live shows to your fans. Also, you should use a cameraman. There are even ways to post pictures on the OrbitNet these days. I thought you were here to lecture me again, but I guess you were worried about us. I mean, it's frustrating. I may have changed careers, but I'm still a former idol. That's why I talked to the agency and decided on my own. I'll be your manager. You're too busy to do it properly on your own, aren't you? Huh? Wait, Natalie, then you're... Don't worry, I'll continue being a chanson singer. I persuaded the higher-ups that I'll be successful with both. So, I'll get results no matter what, Sayla. Natalie, you're such a... But thank you. Please help us out. Until last year, I used to be in an idol group with Sayla. But sales didn't go well, so we disbanded. I switched to being a singer. But I never gave up on the possibility of being an idol. That's what I've come to realize. So now it's my turn. I'm going to support these girls from behind the scenes. I'm surprised, but Natalie isn't being honest. But since we're working part-time jobs to cover the costs of our public performances, there's no better proposal than this. I'll have to talk to Lulua right away and come up with a plan for our next concert. The Live House. Looks like it's only open at night. Oh, it's you guys. I just came here on a personal errand. I used to use my connections with Edowis to order parts directly from the factory. But this kind of shop isn't bad either. I can get a feel for parts from the other companies too. Looks like this guy's been through a lot, but maybe he's changed a bit. Looks like he can't cut ties with cars after all. Well, as a mechanic, I'll just do what's expected of me. Ah, if it isn't Fairy. Hello, Fairy. You're back. Yes, it's been a while, Irulu and Rolo. Have you both been doing well? Yes, of course. We're all going out to play again today. Maybe we'll climb a tree or play in the water. Fishing sounds good too. Looks like you really haven't changed. Please be careful not to do anything that's dangerous for kids. Climbing trees and playing in the water sounds fun, but playing make-believe adults like Irulu was talking about sounded fun too. Alright, I'm gonna play make-believe adults with Irulu today. Are you working again, Fairy? You're so cool like an adult. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play make-believe adults with Rooney. Wait, huh? I wonder where Rooney went. Oh, Rooney, you're finally going to do that thing? It's not a big deal, but I wanted everyone to be interested in studying. I wanted to have a little storytelling session, read some picture books, or play number guessing games. Of course I'll help too. You can use this place. Come to think of it, I heard that the chapel in the old town in the 8th district is trying out lots of interesting things. I'll call them and ask for some tips. I'm sure they'll come in handy. I'm looking forward to working with you. Huh? Could that be... If it isn't Fairy, long time no see. I mean, when did you get back? I'm sorry, Priestess Kira. I'm still in a bit of a hurry. I see, but it's good to see you're still doing well. Uh-huh. Tell me more about your village some other time. I'm looking forward to it. I've been talking to Priestess Kira about this for a while now. But I wanted to do something that would get everyone interested in studying. I was thinking it would be nice if we could have a fun storytelling session. Now that she's finally said yes, I'll need to get ready. Rooney's been saying he wants to do storytelling sessions with everyone for a while now. He really is a good, kind-hearted boy to come up with something like this on his own. I'm getting fired up. I'll have to support him as much as I can. Phew, another thing like that again this morning. It's been getting even worse lately. Oh, excuse me. I was just thinking about something. There's no need to worry. It's nothing important. It looks like there's something going on. Still, it's not the time or place to pry. Well, let's just keep it in mind for now. For many years, I've hoped to reduce racial conflicts through mutual cultural understanding. It's not something that can be accomplished overnight. But even so, I can't stop moving forward. I'll do what I can for now, one step at a time. I didn't know Rhodey could run like this. I mean, he's a boy after all. I should build up my stamina too. I don't want to lose. I mean, I don't want to be left behind. Oh man, running feels so good. Someone looked like she was having fun running, so I tried it myself, but it was really fun. Maybe it's because I'm doing it with a like-minded friend. Even now I see Beth a lot in this store. She seems to be avoiding me for some reason. Is it because I spoke too strongly to her last year? That said, she seems to be depressed lately, so I'd like to help her out if I can. If you're looking for Manager Wesley, he's out scouting at Tryon Mall today. Well, the main reason why our sales have been down is because of the mall, and not our neighbor across the street. It's been a long time since Ilan has helped out, so he's finally talking about fighting back. Hi, Van. It's been a while. I guess we haven't met since the Dazzling City. Did you go on some kind of a trip after that? Looks like you sort of figured it out. Well, something like that. More importantly, are you doing alright? You seem to be back to normal. Well now, what could you be talking about? Don't play dumb. He's talking about the match last time. You're acting like it's no big deal. What are you trying to pull? You're right. Well, in a way, it's a weight off my chest. Getting to see Goron again, witnessing my little sister's growth with my own eyes, and learning how I should face my own path of martial arts made it a meaningful match. Ha! But that doesn't mean you're gonna go back to martial arts and aim to become a master again, does it? No. In fact, now that I've faced myself once more, I've come to realize that that path isn't possible for me. I have no intention of abandoning my goal of becoming an independent apothecary. Well, I suppose I can face both possibilities in my own way. Seriously? Well, if you can find a path that you're satisfied with, then there's nothing better than that. Whether it's as an apothecary or through Gekka. If you pave your own path, then I've got nothing more to say. I've been staying in touch with my parents in the Dazzling City more often than before lately. I've heard that the chaos in Heiwei has subsided, as well as rumors about a new family. It makes me think, how should Gekka exist in this new environment? Should I try changing my weapon? No, I don't have time to train again. Alvis, did you hear me? It's time to move on to our next request. Yeah, I know. Just let me think a little longer. What are you worrying about all by yourself? Alvis, you dummy. Elaine and the Spriggans. I heard about what happened on Nimeth Island. The remnants of the DG cult and even the fourth Anguis of the society appeared. It must have really been tough. Well, it's a miracle it managed to work out okay. Besides, it's probably not over yet. Please continue to be vigilant, you two. Yes, understood. This time we'll help too. Don't get ahead of yourself, Alvis. We'll try to gather some information too. Yes, we're counting on you. Nimeth Island, huh? No, I'm sure I would have held you back. I guess I'll just focus on the request in front of me for now. Please be careful, Elaine. Spriggans, don't do anything too reckless, got it? Yeah, you too. Wait, what's with that arrogant attitude? Jeez, Alvis. I wonder how long he's planning to make me wait. By the way, I heard those two deputies are missing too. We'll try looking for info on them in our spare time. Leave it to us, Elaine. Yes, let's exchange information again later. It's been a while, Van. It's good to see all the Spriggans together. I heard you had a run-in with those ZA guys up north, and how you got caught up in that mayhem in the Dazzling City. Something seems to have happened since then. Is that why your two deputies aren't here? Yeah, I can't give you the details, but you're right. We're looking into another case while we look for them. There might be even more fights than before. In that sense, we'll be counting on you again. Well, leave your weapons to me. I'll support you as much as I can. It's just, they may not have been here long, but I took care of those two as well. I've got a connection with them as my customers, after all. I'm counting on you to bring them back safely for me, too. Yes, of course. As their friends, we'll definitely bring Swin and Nadia back. On the surface, it doesn't seem like there's much violence going on lately. I've got a bad feeling about this, too. And now, with you and the others in that situation, Van, It's probably a good idea to be prepared. I'll do my best to support you too.
お買い物をお楽しみください。
I knew it. Some of our customers are going to that fast fashion store. Naturally, our store has the advantage of stocking up on a wide variety of brands. But I understand the manager's concerns about competition with Tryon Mall lately from my own experience too.
ようこそおいでくださいまし。今後ともどうかごひいきに。
ご来店のお客様に
Well, there are parts of me that I want to change too. But it's hopeless.
百貨店
Up until now, all I've been thinking about is dressing up and finding a rich and powerful man. And yet, the person I thought was my mentor told me I was wrong.
ごゆっくりと
I thought Marguerite was someone who married for money like I wanted to last year. I tried to get her to tell me the secret to it, but she actually didn't do that. She said she just loved her husband normally. I misunderstood on my own and then ran off. There's nothing I can say to her now. Ooh, I can't believe they're holding an event like this at Weston Department Store. They're really going all out. Jeez, it's getting me fired up too. Man, I get how you feel, but don't devastate them too much, got it? I know. It's supposed to be an event for kids. I just happened to notice it. They're really putting on a great event. When the kids get tired, let's join the contest right away, Graham. Honestly. Well, I know how you feel, though. When we were kids, Orbital RC cars didn't exist yet. Nowadays, there are contests like this every now and then, but we're interested too. No, it's not good to disturb the kids. We'll watch over them from a distance. Come to think of it, I feel like I forgot something. Maybe it's just my imagination? Well, I might remember it eventually, so I guess I'll just watch for a while. Orbital RC cars? Damn, not only are they elaborate, but they move so well. Graham, how much do they cost? Let's buy a set of RC versions of our beloved cars too. Relax, Downey. Besides, you're broke right now. Ooh, I thought they were just toys, but they move so well. I'm starting to want one too. No, I'll save up some Mira and definitely buy them all. Man, it's so exciting. I didn't expect to get this fired up. We're happy to see that kids are aware of the appeal of orbital cars too. But I can't recommend them becoming street racers in the future. They'll always be broke, that's for sure. Today we're holding an event for radio-controlled cars. I heard this was made possible with the help of Ilan, who has contacts in the Basel area. Our manager really gets along well with Ilan too, doesn't he?
どうしましょうか。ぜひまた来てくださいね。
どれどれ。
おい、
参ります。了解です。ありがとうございます。
あ、
I'm so tired. I didn't realize serious job hunting involved so much traveling. Yesterday I took a 4-hour bus ride to 2 companies in the city and walked for 6 hours. To think it would take that long to get around Edith. Is it just me after all? I'm so excited that we got tickets for the Z1 finals tomorrow. It's due to you ordering them on the net, Kopeka. I'm super thankful. It's for the sake of getting to see the hot racers, so it's only natural, right? More importantly, I heard that we'll be able to make reservations on the net for concerts and movies in the future, too. It's super convenient, so hurry up and buy a T-phone, Greta. If I can get tickets to entertainment events, too, I kinda really want to get one. I need to save up some Mira somehow. Everyone, I'm so sorry for all the trouble I caused you the other day, even though the guild did so much for me. These are the vegetables I sell at my part-time job. Please, everyone, enjoy them. Please give my regards to Zen, too. I'm glad to see Lashkar's doing well. I feel relieved, too. By the way, after that incident, I was summoned to the guild headquarters in Le Mans State. I'm being re-examined to see if I'm worthy of being a bracer again. Until I get the results, I'm suspended. I'm ashamed, but it's only natural. That's why seeing Lashkar come here like this feels a little rewarding. Man, he's got such a strong sense of duty that he came to apologize again. Well, it looks like the effects of those drugs have mostly worn off, so I guess that's a relief. Feelings don't disappear that easily, though, for better or worse. If he knows that, then I'm sure Lashkar will be able to move forward. Lashkar originally wanted to be a bracer. He used to help out here for a while. He overcame that incident. I'm glad he's back on his feet again. I hope he'll stop by again once he's calmed down. What a bother. I don't know what to do. I wish he'd give up on his idea. But Ilin has been engrossed in a new venture business called online payments. He's been steadily advancing from system development to contact with financial institutions. From what I've heard, it's a complicated system. I wonder if he'll be able to balance it with his work at Iota in the future. Honestly, I don't want him to leave at a time like this now that Iota is stable. As I thought, Ilin's ideas are still useful when it comes to things like detailed planning. I really wish he'd give me a break this time. I also heard a little bit about the new business that Ilin came up with. An online payment system using T-phones. I'm surprised at how much more futuristic it seems than I imagined. It sounds really convenient, but it does seem like it would involve a lot of business dealings with banks and other partner companies. I understand Manager Carlo's concerns, but I also want to support Ilin. I ended up buying a lot at Tryon Mall today. Looking at the scenery from that observation deck, I couldn't help but get carried away. This is the 4th time we've been there, but you did as you pleased again. Moreover, to think that you even bought fast fashion clothes. Oh, they're cheap, but they're surprisingly good. They're not bad for loungewear. More importantly, Markley, didn't you say you were having a lot of fun? You seemed to be watching that idol performance with a great deal of enthusiasm, weren't you? Also, you were focused a lot on those acerbic tomatoes in the liberal antenna shop. It's true that I was somewhat fascinated by the interesting culture and foreign specialties. You're as stubborn as ever, Markley. I think it's fine if you admit it, though. I'm glad that you've also realized how interesting the capital and new things are. When did I, of all people, lose my cool? Still, with the current situation, I wonder what would happen if Master found out. Markley's as awkward and obedient as ever. But after all we've done together, it's no wonder he's attracted to the capital's charms. It seems I'll be able to enjoy myself even more from now on. Let's see. Yeah, at this rate there shouldn't be any problems with the payment information system. Now I just need to send this estimate to the bank. That's right, the program could use a little more work. Mumble, mumble. He seems like he's thinking hard about something. Yeah, it sounds like he's working on some kind of new business. Looks like he's really passionate about it. Oops, sorry, I was lost in thought. Well then, what can I get you? Oh my, I've been planning to start a new business recently. It's based around the idea of online payments. To that end, I've been developing a system and communicating with third parties as quickly as possible. This is pretty interesting, so I can't help but get absorbed in it. That said, I'll have to be a little more careful when I'm at the cafe. Online payments. It's a system where you can instantly use Mira from your connected accounts through your T-phone. As long as you have a T-phone, you can go shopping even without a wallet or purse, and you don't have to transfer money every time you buy something online. There's no doubt it'll be convenient, and if I lay the foundation now while the T-phone is getting popular, I'll definitely succeed. However, it's not good to get too engrossed and neglect my work at Iota. Yeah.
さて、何にしようか。ご満足いただけたかな。
Well, Ren, sorry to rush you, but I'll be counting on you. Yes, leave it to me. Urgent business related to the school festival, huh? Looks like you're busy. If Sasha's here, that means it's about the sports club event. Yeah, you might know about it, Agnes. The vendor that usually helps us every year said they couldn't provide the supplies we need. So, we need to find a replacement vendor and place the order by the end of the day. Sounds like a pretty difficult mission. The school festival's coming up next month, and it certainly seems like you're the only one who can handle it. Yes, I'm sorry, but please let me concentrate for a while. Of course, I know what's going on with you guys, and I'd really like to help. Don't worry about it. It's Spriggan work to begin with. Please leave Swen and Nadia to us. Yes, I'm counting on you. Well, I think I'll be done with this work by this evening. I might be able to start investigating on my end tonight. That's very reassuring. Let's please talk about it again later. Phew, you and Ren both seem to have a lot going on, yes. Make sure you take a break every now and then, otherwise your body won't be able to handle it, okay? Thank you very much, Sasha. Now then, my thesis for the seminar is almost done. Thanks to my T-phone, I'm making great progress. Our institute is fine with submissions by email, so it looks like I'll be able to stay home for a while. Once I've reached a stopping point, I suppose I'll switch to my essay for the contest. It's quite refreshing and fun to research other fields and write reports on them. To expose students to a broad range of education, the Basel Institute of Science has an essay contest where students can participate regardless of department. The theme changes from year to year, but there are a lot of universal challenges that can be approached by various fields. Urban engineering is a field that adjoins many different fields. I've also gotten a lot of exposure to them. I'd like to take this opportunity to make use of the knowledge I've gained from this experience and what I've learned on my own. Mina, I wonder if she's okay. Lately she's been going to class by herself. At first, she'd be in tears when I went to pick her up. However, she's been somewhat calmer the last few days. But still, I'm worried about her. On the other hand, I don't know why she started to calm down. What if it's not that she's getting used to it, but that she's actually feeling down or something? Still, more and more citizens are carrying around T-phones these days. Walking or driving an orbital car while operating a T-phone can lead to accidents. From now on, it seems I'll have to educate and warn the public about not using a T-phone while doing something else at the same time. Well, that's too real. Now then, I need to work harder so I can be entrusted with more business trips. I seem to be popular with the HR director these days. I wonder if he'll give me more bonuses or special holidays or something. I really do want the chance to go on a completely private trip. Alright, you're back. I need to get some water. Alright. We got water. Much better. Thanks for your hard work, Inspector DeSwani. Are you investigating a case by any chance? Yeah, it's just a hunch, but I've been feeling uneasy lately. I'm patrolling the city to see if there's any disturbing activity while I gather information. Well, from a young person's point of view, I'm sure investigating by foot seems old-fashioned. No way! No one thinks that. Everyone respects you, Inspector Deswani. There are a lot of young people in our same year who admire you. The way you perform stoic investigations and swiftly assess the situation, we'd like to learn from your example, too. Well, it's good that you're motivated. Give me a call if you need anything else. That's Inspector Deswani for you. He's so cool when he's working stoically. Compared to Inspector Nate, who he's always partnered with, he's completely different. Come to think of it, Nate's been feeling down lately, and he's been absent-minded during work. I have no intention of interfering in his private affairs, but I hope he gets back on his feet quickly. It's true that Inspector Deswani does things the old-fashioned way, but it's a pretty well-known topic among us that he's a very caring person. See, that Nate is his direct subordinate, but he never gives up on him. There are a lot of rookie police officers who keep their distance from Inspector Deswani because they think he's scary and straight-laced. But we know exactly what the Inspector's achievements are. If anything, I greatly admire him for getting this far. Come to think of it, don't you have any dreams about entertainment or anything like that, Marilyn? To be honest, you're highly competitive in many ways, and you're the trendiest out of all of us. You're right. You introduced me to Shikar, so I'm sure you have connections. Your looks are perfect, so I feel like you could aim for whatever you want. I get what you're trying to say, but I'm not aiming for anything like that for now. For the time being, I've got other things I need to do too. Marilyn is as mysterious as ever. Quiet, Judith! She seems to have a lot of mirror too, but I wonder what she really does in the shadows. Still, Marilyn is full of mysteries, and not just this one. Well, personally, I'm most curious about why she's so strangely harsh with me. To be revealed later. I've been thinking about Marilyn for a while now. But she really is mysterious. Honestly, I'm curious. Well, she's still my best friend, so it doesn't really change things, though. Teehee. I may not look it, but I've got my own life's work to take care of. So there's no need to worry. Now then, as for the new issue of Bravery Legends, there it is. I'll buy it right away. Man, there have been times in the past when I got distracted by comics while searching for work-related materials. But these days, I've been able to use my T-phone to gather information and search for data, so I've had more time to spare. Thanks to that, I've been able to enjoy comics pretty openly. Come to think of it, last week's Bravery Legends used a surprisingly different kind of story. Man, the plot that incorporated elements of bargaining in the underworld was pretty novel and interesting. Still, I didn't expect that artist to draw that kind of story. Did something happen that triggered it? Thanks for your hard work, Albert. Anyas. You said you had something to do this afternoon, but I guess it really was that part-time job. Actually, I completely forgot that I had work today. I ended up canceling my appointment with Odette at the last minute. I see. If you're tired, don't push yourself too hard, okay? You say that, but you're probably the one working hard, Anyas. Well, I can't really say much since you seem to be taking care of yourself. If you want to refresh yourself, I recommend the sauna, young man. The sauna, huh? I'm certainly interested. Wait, could you not just casually join in on our conversation? I can't believe I forgot about my part-time job. I need to take a good breather somewhere. One of the secrets to our store's popularity is that we never let our customers get bored. We do fairs and collaborative projects on a regular basis to attract our customers' attention. Last year, we had a tie-in to commemorate the film festival and a fair for the Revolution Anniversary Festival. If all goes well, we might even be able to unveil a somewhat different event tomorrow.
またいつでもどうぞ。
ちょっといい感じの店があってさ。
Come to think of it, do you know the rumor about that mysterious genius entertainer? You know, the one who doesn't go public, and gets involved in producing movies and events in the shadows, and then makes those works a huge success? Yeah, I've heard of them. I don't know how true it is, but there are countless masterpieces that are rumored to be related to that genius. I wonder who they really are. There are a lot of wild speculations on the net, though. I'm sure they're an experienced industry expert. But I can't help but wonder what kind of person they really are, when there are rumors about them in so many different genres. I don't really believe it, but it's interesting to hear strange theories come out of rumors like this, especially when it comes to mysterious people. There are even some crazy ideas about their true identity posted on forums. For example, the mysterious genius entertainer is actually the president of our country. Well, I guess rumors like this are more interesting when they're still a mystery. But when it comes to a genius who actually produces results, I can't help but wonder what kind of person they are. Hey, Calhoun, where did you go last time when you were gone for several days? I went through a lot of trouble while you were gone, so you should at least give me a reason. It was nothing, just some personal business. I apologize for increasing your workload. Geez, there's no way I can accept such an obvious lie. You see, I already know you're in that line of work, Calhoun. It can't be helped if you had to do something unavoidable. If you have a convincing reason, then I want to know. Fine. I went to a regular training camp for martial arts. Let's call it that. Honestly, there's no way I can tell her it was an intelligence operation. I've said too much. Excuse me. As for the situation with Heioi, there's nothing I can say. Calhoun could trust me a little more. I already know he's in that line of work, and even if he wasn't, we're colleagues who work at the same restaurant. Oh, it's you guys. It's been a while since all the Spriggans came here together. I heard about what happened in the dazzling city, more or less, but I also heard a lot of things happened between you and Sao after that. Naturally, you figured out what happened on the island too, huh? Still, you're talking like it's someone else's problem, like always. We heard the whole story about what happened to the Lee family, but have there been any developments since then? Well, basically, everything's going according to Sal's plan. Nothing big has changed. As for the Liu family, they still have a lot of things to deal with, so it's not that straightforward. So it's all in the palm of that bastard's hand, huh? Jeez, I don't like this. Still, we should keep an eye on Heioi's overall activities too. I'd prefer not to get involved, but depending on the situation, we'll play our cards right. Well, the unrest in Heioi isn't a problem you guys should be worrying about anymore. Be as careful as you can. Oh, if it isn't Van. What a coincidence to run into you here. Hey there, Spriggans. I guess it's been a few days. Oh, if it isn't Director Gotch and Director Ram. It's rare to see you two together. Are you talking about that collaboration film? Exactly. We're both nearing the end of shooting that film. We were discussing the current state of it and how to finish the last scene. We decided on the general outline before we started filming, but there were changes and additional scenes we both added. There were many places that gave me inspiration, and it made me feel once again how interesting collaborating on a film is. Ultimately, I think it'll be more challenging than what we originally planned. You're both really fired up. Nina and I are the same way, though. I see. I'm looking forward to seeing it when it's done even more. Thanks to you and the others, we plan to invite you guys to the preview screening, Van. I hope you look forward to it. Once again, thanks for all you did for us on Nemeth Island. For better or worse, it feels like it happened yesterday. Maybe it's because of the intense time we had there. That might be part of it, but it feels like it's been a while since I've had a chance to have a leisurely chat with Director Gotch. In any case, I'm looking forward to seeing how things take shape as we exchange opinions. Come to think of it, the school festival is being held at Aramis in April. At that time of year, filming should reach a stopping point, so it would be fun to go feel the passion of young people. Man, I'm so glad that Cinema Spree was able to reopen safely. After all, this is the movie theater for me. I'm getting excited. For me, it's the memorable movie theater that made me fall in love with movies when I was a kid.
Yeah. 何を買うんだい? また来てくれよな.
It's good to be back at last, as I thought I really feel more at home in this movie theater. Regardless of style, the movie theater at Tryon Mall isn't bad when it comes to the movies they screen, but it still can't compete with Espree's old-fashioned style and expert choice of films. Besides, it's close to home. Movies really are the best in a familiar environment. Speaking of which, I heard they improved the audio equipment, and it certainly makes it easier to hear the finer details in the sound. I'm old and I'm getting hard of hearing, so it helps me hear the background music and sound effects well. As my hearing gets worse, I don't always notice the change in background music or understand the song lyrics. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Cinema Spree is open for business once again. My, the renovation work took some time, but in a way it must be the fate of a building with years of experience. Well, it also provided an opportunity to truly appreciate the history of our theater from the early days of cinema. In any case, we've been able to provide you with a more comfortable environment, so we hope you'll continue to use it. Come to think of it, are you all aware of the production companies and their styles when you watch a movie? In the Republic, there are currently Vegas Film, Kowloon Film, United Star, and Orion Film. These four major producers are known as the largest of them all, and they each produce films with their own distinctive characteristics. It's interesting to read about the trends of each company from the films being screened. Sorry for the long wait. Cinema Spree is open for business again. We temporarily closed for the purpose of modernizing the audio equipment and remodeling the air conditioning system. We apologize for the inconvenience. But thanks to that, I'm sure you'll be able to enjoy movies in a better environment. Now then, please enjoy yourselves by all means. Come to think of it, there's a banner hanging outside featuring a particular film. I apologize, but the timing of screenings at our theater is limited. I heard that the Orbital Cinema Complex at Tryon Mall is always showing films, though. It feels like it's been a while. It's not like they were closed for that long, though. Oh well, looking at the screening list, it seems that Espree is showing films that aren't available over there. The problem with the mall is that it's too far from my house. Well, depending on what film I want to see, I'll use both. By the way, I'm going to watch the Saga of Ravana today. I hear it's a really flashy production. This is the first time I've seen a movie that involved a company from the Principality of Elzheim. I wonder what it's like. My new product, Spring Mix. It's ready at last. Come, give it a try. It has spring fruit pulp and the fragrance of flowers. It's a masterpiece that lets you experience the spring atmosphere in a single bite. It's been slowly getting popular from the start, but it was spurred on when it was in a feature by the Tyrell News. Making something like this really makes me realize that ice cream has infinite possibilities. Come to think of it, I heard that former President Rocksmith is absent overseas. Did you know that? Goodness, after retiring from politics, I wonder what exactly he can achieve by visiting various countries. If he doesn't take accountability, it wouldn't be surprising if his foreign trips were seen under the pretext of inspections. Or perhaps, even though he's made it clear, he could still have some connections with foreign powers. As usual, Mariel seems to be pursuing something on her own, but I've been a little worried. After all, now that Dingo isn't here, I wonder if she's once again lost her way. But I also think that Mariel is already doing things in her own style. I believe that she'll surely be able to get closer to her goal, even if she hesitates like this. Still, Langdon hasn't changed a bit. During the previous administration, he praised former President Rocksmith and snuggled up to him. I'm guessing his coverage of the upcoming debate will be nothing but him catering to the ruling party and the president. For a neutral and unbiased article, I expect great things from Mariel. Now, as for the person in charge of covering the political debate the day after tomorrow in the ruling and opposition parties, I'll leave the ruling party and the president to Langdon, and the other side to Mariel. Her sense of justice is as forward-looking as ever, but she's gained a fair amount of experience as well. As she is now, she might be able to do a hard-hitting interview that cuts straight to the heart of the matter. With the recent spread of the T-phone, the OrbitNet has become ever more useful for analyzing trends. Not only that, but it seems like it'll also help me find new talent. For example, girls who showcase their fashion and modeling online or take selfies that make them look attractive. Among them, there are exceptional, unpolished gemstones that shine from time to time. Jesus, that's so loud. Come to think of it, there's going to be a school festival at Aramis High School soon. I've been a little curious about Aramis events for a while now, so maybe I'll go check it out. Ah, that reminds me. It might be a good idea to invite my little brother to come with me. I think it would be a surprisingly good stimulus for him, and I'd like to hang out as brother and sister for the first time in a while. My little brother is old enough that it wouldn't be strange to enroll in a high school, too. Our parents encouraged him to go, and I personally think it would be okay if he worked instead. But he said that neither one suited him, and now all he does is play street basketball. Well, I was just thinking of giving my brother some kind of stimulating experience. Although it's been remodeled several times, this cafe has been here for more than 100 years. Some customers come here from time to time because of its long history. Being the owner of a cafe like this is a lot of responsibility to bear at times, but I'm even more proud of it. I hope to keep it going long into the future to live up to its history, and not to bring shame to its previous owners. It's a shame that Rollo is in the middle of Sunday school. I can't wait to tell him that I heard from my husband. He got through the busy season, so he'll be able to stay at home starting tomorrow. Up until now, he's been on business trip after business trip, so there weren't many days when he could come home. I'm sure Rollo will jump for joy when he hears about it. That reminds me, I've been getting closer to my neighbors lately. I just happened to have a chance to talk to them while I was shopping, so I tried to be as proactive as Rollo. That's how I ended up making friends with other housewives. Now that I'm having a lot of fun socializing with our neighbors, I won't be lonely at all when my husband is away from home. We're holding a handshake event with Aslan today. We decided to do it on short notice because of Aslan's popularity. We weren't able to hold a handshake event at a certain venue in the past, but the owner of Macmillan Cafe kindly lent us this terrace. Even Aslan was very grateful to the owner. Everyone, we'll be handing out numbered tickets for the handshake event, so please form a line. I've been rooting for you ever since you first debuted. Compared to the other racers, you weren't blessed with any skills or funds. But you kept winning every time, until you finally became a member of Engert and started competing in Z1. Your determined rise was incredibly cool, and I have so much respect for you. To think you've been supporting me for so long. I'm really grateful. It's thanks to all of your cheers that I've been able to make it this far. Ooh, as expected, you're too delightful, Aslan. Before I knew it, you became so famous that people started calling you the rookie who might stop Maxim from winning the championship 4 times in a row. It's sad that you'll be so far away, but I'll always be rooting for you from now on. Thank you very much. I've admired Maxim ever since I met him in Z1. He's also my goal. That's why I can't wait for tomorrow. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations. I feel like I've seen this person. Maybe in a newspaper or something? This guy is Aslan. He's said to be a potential rival for the Red Shooting Star. I've heard a lot of rumors about how he's a hard-working prodigy who's able to best the top racers despite his young age. His serious and refreshing personality combined with his good looks seem to be popular with both men and women alike. Oh, so he's a different breed than that disappointing racer, huh? Ooh, this is so delightful. He's too cool. Maximus is pretty hot too, but Aslan's gonna beat him. Up until now, the races between Aslan and Maxim kept me on the edge of my seat. Tomorrow's the last race of the season. I'll be cheering for Aslan to win. Now then, please tell me your thoughts about the final race, Mr. Aslan. Of course, I'll do everything in my power to win, but not just for the sake of winning. No matter what happens, I won't give up until the end, and I'll bring out the most of myself and my race car. I'll do it for my fans who are cheering me on, the mechanics who are supporting me, and as good faith to my respected senior and rival, Maxim. Thank you very much for your response. Man, I can really tell how passionate and sincere you are, Aslan. I hope I can properly convey those feelings to our readers. Aslan really is a capable person, and yet with his driving technique and handsome face, it's no wonder he's so popular. Man, it's an honor to be entrusted to do an interview with him. Makes me happy to get the opportunity to hear from my fans. Just the thought that I'm carrying everyone's expectations gets me fired up again. For my own sake and the sake of my fans, I'll give it my all tomorrow. Rumor has it that anti-immigration terrorists have started moving again recently. From what I've heard, it seems to be true. Now that they've supposedly been cut off from their source of funding and narration, it doesn't seem like they'll be able to do anything big, though. No, there's no telling what they might do when they're cornered and have nothing to lose. Anti-immigration terrorists, in particular the True Sorrowful Order, used to be very strong in the past. When they attacked the trade conference, they even used gun shops and autonomous weapons circulating behind the scenes. Meow. You're as cute as ever. Come to think of it, I heard from the owner. Is it true that you're a detective cat who can recognize bad guys and sniff out incidents? Meow. Teehee, there's no way that's true. Meow. Come to think of it, weren't there idol girls who have been active since last year? I hear those kids have been zipping around even more than last year to hold live concerts. Of all places, I was just about to go to the live house to see them. Well, I'll get a chance to see them at Tryon Mall and other venues, so it's fine. Come to think of it, I didn't get to go on a trip to the dazzling city during the New Year's holiday this year. The Red Star Company unveils a dragon car over there every year. I just happened to see it when I went there 3 years ago, but I'd love to see it again if I get the chance. I wonder if it's already been sold at an auction this year. By the way, tomorrow's the final Z1 race, isn't it? Man, this day came so fast. I can't believe it's already been a whole year since last year's race. It was a hot race last year, too. I wonder what will happen this year. Come to think of it, there was that mistaken arrest of Vice President Fan in the dazzling city the other day, and the mayhem in the city. From what I've heard from the local police, it seems like there's a complicated situation behind it. That city is the base of that Eastern Syndicate, Heioi. It seems like a place with deep darkness. The Spriggans, huh? It's been a while since you've come here together with Arkwright in the lead. I've heard that you were involved in the incidents in Messeldom and the dazzling city. I'll give you credit for your achievements during last year's incident, but I still don't approve of you intervening in various areas on your own. If there are any serious incidents, I'd like you to share information with us police officers. Sure. Well, we'll do our best if we can. A little while ago, the CID secured members of an anti-immigration terrorist group. We're concerned about their increased activities, so the police are gathering more information. We also encourage citizens to provide any information on suspicious persons, objects, radical street protests, and so on. After all, information that will lead to the organization in question won't turn up that easily. Compared to last year, the number of consultations on unscrupulous business practices where mafia involvement is suspected has greatly decreased. But recently, the T-phone has been growing in popularity, so there have been a lot of consultations about spam and online fraud. It's a new kind of crime, but there's still a lot the police can do. That's why I hope citizens won't hesitate to consult with us. I've been handling more and more meetings and reports via email. The same goes for our client companies. Each company is starting to introduce T-phones, but there's still a lot of companies that are struggling with how to operate them. Fortunately, our company introduced T-phones as a tester last year. When it comes to know-how for using terminals in a business, there's a lot of advice I can give to our client companies. This brand really is amazing, isn't it? It's trendy yet long-lasting. And Manager Mora is amazed with how she can introduce clothing that suits. Is amazing with how she can introduce clothing that suits each customer. I want to be a staff member worthy of the name Ellaland as soon as possible. It seems the fast fashion store at Tryon Mall has become quite popular recently. Thanks to mass production, they can provide affordable yet elaborately designed clothing. That's a good point of view. However, from the point of view of wearing them for a long time and accentuating one's own personality, designer brands have the advantage. What's important is how you use it and what suits you. It ultimately comes down to determining that. Whoops. I hope you'll continue to patronize our brand's products in the future. If you need any advice about clothing choices, I'd be happy to help. The one who wrote that chain letter, it was you, right? Well, I can only guess why. That's right. It's because Ronald, you and all of his other cronies bullied me. You called me all the way out here just to resort to violence again, didn't you? No, I'm sorry about back then. Huh? I guess it's a little late for that. I'm not asking you to forgive me. But I don't think it's worth wasting your time on this kind of crap. What are you trying to say? I'll never give up on getting revenge for myself. I won't deny that. How about a game of basketball with me now? A game of basketball? Why would I do something like that with you? James. It's just like when Sasha invited him before. I don't really get it, but this is the springtime of youth. Why would I play basketball with someone who bullied me? I can give you a handicap if you want. Anyway, just let it all out. It's rare to see Eddie running a food stall here. Well, I'm glad nothing has happened to him since then. I bought some of his roasted chestnuts earlier, too. While we were at it, we talked about a lot of stuff. He's now the man who saved Fraule's life. Once again, I'm grateful to him. Whatever the case, he's still not being honest. He's been sulking about a lot of things. Even though he turned over a new leaf, he still seems to have some thoughts about delinquents. Well, we have a connection after all. I want to help him as much as I can. Eddie seems to be worried about his friends from his gangster days lately. Well, he won't say it out loud, but he wants to find a way to get those guys rehabilitated too. Well, I managed to keep a group of delinquents together as a team somehow. Push comes to shove, I'll lend him a hand. Geez, Kirk, you're so reckless. If you get hurt, it'll all be for nothing, right? It's nothing. It's just a scratch. Besides, when you're at my level, if you don't practice this much, then... Ow, ow, ow! See? Don't act so tough. Hold on, I'll disinfect it for you. Geez, because of your injury, you might not be able to play in the match anymore, you know. You're such an annoyingly helpful person, Frala. You're even more meddlesome than my big sister. Ah, by the way, you mentioned you had a big sister before, didn't you, Kirk? I'm a bit curious what kind of sister she is. I don't have any family, so I was wondering what it would be like to have a sibling. It's not like I have anything special to say about her. I can't take it anymore. Anyway, do whatever you want. Kirk's not being honest, but he's actually doing his best in a lot of ways. I think it would definitely do him more good to be honest. It's because I wasn't weirdly stubborn that I got to meet everyone like this. I think I was able to find a lot of fun things in a place where I fit in that I love. Come to think of it, didn't Frala mention that she doesn't have any parents or siblings? And yet it's impressive that she's so concerned about other people. Is it really such a good thing to take care of someone else like this? I was only able to get a permit to operate in the back alley. I was wondering what sales would be like. Those street basketball guys and other former delinquents showed up. Before I knew it, I made a lot of money. I'm a little surprised. At this rate, I might be able to give Lady Baselia some good news when I meet up with her this evening. Well, since I made her worry, I want to show her that I'm independent. Oh, it's you guys. I'm off duty today, so leave me alone. Eureka alcohol. Have you been drinking all day? Of course I get drunk when my girlfriend dumped me. Even though we had a few fights since last year, we managed to keep our relationship going. I completely forgot about our last date and worked unusually hard on my investigation for once. I ended up realizing it the next day and got down on my hands and knees to apologize to her, but it doesn't look like she'll forgive me this time. Why am I always like this? I don't really get it, but it must be tough being an adult. I get the feeling that the reason you can't have a proper relationship is because it's superficial love, though. Oh, now I'm single again. Why do things always go wrong? Inspector DeSwanee is amazing for being married and having a kid. After the incident in Crail Village last year, it was difficult to get my hands on high-quality buckwheat flour. But I was finally able to stock up through my connections in Longlai. For the time being, I can serve soba without raising the price too much. Even though it's getting harder to stock ingredients from the east, I want to continue making soba like this for as long as possible. There are some people like that young man over there who rely on my stall to an extent when they're devastated. In that sense, I never want to do anything that would have me close down. Chief Rumsfeld is currently escorting Lady Baselia around the capital. Normally I'd be the one in charge of guarding her when she's out, but I'm sure he must have his reasons. In that case, I'll simply protect this place in the Chief's absence. Besides, it's clear that Lady Baselia has a stronger admiration for Chief Rumsfeld than she does for me. Actually, I think the young lady is still afraid of me. Well, I don't mind, as long as it doesn't interfere with my guard duty. It's not like I'm sad or anything, right? Well then, we'll proceed as planned for the day in question. Do you have any other requests? Not for me. Well, I had to say, you're so skilled at what you do that the meeting is going to end earlier than planned, Toa. It's all thanks to Princess Zeta's flawless help in getting the data we needed. If you say so, Lady Toa, then it was worthwhile to prepare it. Oh, if it isn't the Spriggans. We haven't seen each other since Nemeth Island. At the time, the Oathbreaker and the Intruder after that were able to escape. Have you and the others made any progress on your end, Van? Unfortunately, we haven't found anything yet. We've been steadily gathering clues like this. You're here too, Miss Toa. So you know Prince Sharid and Princess Zeta? Other than Agnes and Lane, it's nice to meet you for the first time. I'm Toa Herschel. I'm currently a temporary teacher at Aramis. I'm also helping out at the International Cooperation Organization. I look forward to working with you in the future. So you're Agnes's teacher? You're the head instructor at Thor's Military Academy's branch campus. I've heard that you're the central figure connecting the current students and alumni, including those from the main campus. I'm not that big of a deal, though. What? There's no need to be so modest. You might be similar to Van in that you've got a lot of connections, Toa. I've heard a lot about you from Fee and Ren, Mr. Arkwright. I've been looking forward to meeting you like this. It's an honor to meet the rumored talented woman from Thor's. Well, even if we're similar, our positions and areas we handle probably don't overlap at all. That's why when push comes to shove, I think we'll be able to form an efficient partnership, don't you? Yeah, no doubt about that. Toa, if you're here too, does that mean you're talking about that international symposium and the political debate? Yes, it's only in recent years that tensions between the two major powers have eased to give us an opportunity to build a framework for further international cooperation. We from Elzheim are no exception. I hope we can help make that a reality. That's why we're cooperating with Miss Herschel in more ways than one. Cooperation across national borders, huh? The road ahead may be long, but it can truly connect us to a better future. Yes, we believe that too. It's a very grand and difficult framework to implement, but if it's for the future of Calvert, then I believe too. I'm really impressed by how skilled Lady Toa is. I've learned a lot from her. I'm worried about your two deputies, though. I'm sure you and the others will be able to get through this, Master Van. The Oathbreaker goes without saying, but that Garden Master who appeared later is also quite a dangerous man. We don't have much information on him, but if we learn anything, we'll let you and the others know, Van. Right, I'm counting on you. The incident on Nemeth Island didn't turn into a disaster. But one wrong step and who knows what could have happened. As we thought, the Thousand Oathbreaker requires the highest level of vigilance. By the way, I heard that those two got temporarily excused from school thanks to your help, right? Yes, even though they were originally short-term exchange students, both Swen and Nadia are in this kind of situation. I can't bear seeing their school life end like this. You're right. Those two overcame all sorts of things and finally got the life they have now. I'd like to believe they'll be okay this time, too. Maybe it's because they've been relying on each other for so long, but it seems like they're not going to rely on others around them when it really matters. Those kids also relied on you before, didn't they, Mr. Arkwright? That's... please help both of them. Miss Toa. Yeah, we'll definitely bring him back. I'm not done yet. I'd like to get this over with as quickly as possible. But this time I'm dealing with the Eurasian Trust Bank. In the past, I would have stomped up and down a bit. But after what happened last year, the Trust Bank has suffered quite a few blows too. So now must be the right time. I'll definitely get a loan with favorable terms. If you need anything, I'm at your service. Please feel free to let me know at any time. Chief Rumsfeld went to Tryon Tower with Lady Basilia. It's close by, so I'm sure he'll be back soon.
お伺いしましょう。またお越しください。
The young lady is out today. But she really has grown up, hasn't she? Apparently, the president was originally planning to return home for the first time in a while to have dinner with the young lady. But due to an emergency inspection, his schedule has changed. Until last year, she might have been sulking. But now, the young lady seems rather proud of her father's work ethic.
さあ、出発すんぞ。
Oh, we get to escape the upbeat music for a while.
見ねえ顔だな。
議場でも見てくか。
It seems like the anti-immigrant activists have been making a fuss again lately. There seem to be a few anti-immigration terrorist groups out there, but some of them are radicals, so you have to be careful. Some of them attacked an international conference in Crossbell a few years ago. I think it was the True Sorrowful Order or something? It seems they haven't learned their lesson yet and resumed their activities again, so we have to be on guard. The only reason I've been able to cross over into the underworld is because I'm sensitive to danger. You never know what these terrorists will do, so we need to be on guard as well.
そうだな。
またいらっしゃいね。
そうですね。
I don't mind the service industry, but the downside is that it stresses me out. Come to think of it, the events they've been holding in the arena lately seem to be very popular. Maybe I should go all out and gamble to release some stress too. Oh, the Spriggans. It's been a while since I've seen you here. It's been 5 days since that incident. It seems the forces behind the scenes are making even more of a ruckus. There's a chance you'll all catch their eye too. Be very careful. I guess it's true. It seems like we've been standing out too much with the Legacy's reaction weapon being involved. Yeah, by the way, who exactly are the forces behind the scenes? From what I've heard, it's Heiwei and several Jaeger Corps. Ho ho, seems like Heiwei has other plans as well. I thought that might be the case. We still don't have a clear picture of the situation, so we need to stay alert. Yes, let's take a look around Darklight Town just in case. A's legacy actually exists, and if it's a reaction weapon, it'll cause a commotion too. There's a chance you'll all catch their eye as well. Be careful for a while. I'm so glad to see you're all safe. I heard you had a fight with the Society's Oathbreaker. And I think the nightmares of the DG cult are coming back to life now. Who could have predicted that? Now that you mention it, Morgan, you know a lot about that, you know a lot about that, huh? Yes, actually I was helping the guild with information at the time. I had the privilege of providing as much information as possible to expose the lodges in the Republic. Goodness, that was a sight to behold. They did it under the command of a famous bracer, the armies and police of each country. In the end, even the Gralsritter and other forces behind the scenes got involved. I watched over them with bated breath. So that's how it was. Did you know about Nimeth Island, too? No, I didn't know. It may be Republican territory, but it's a remote island in the middle of nowhere. And besides, I heard that that lodge was destroyed at the hands of the Society through a separate operation than the one on the surface. I'm sure the intelligence agencies at the time had a grasp on it, but no one in the underworld knew about it. I don't really get it, but it sounds like it was a hell of an operation. Yes, I've only heard rumors about it, but it seems they even used the Society to destroy them. And the remnants took that form. Phew, I'm glad we managed to settle it somehow. Yes, there are still some things I'm not satisfied with, though. You're right, and the situation with Swin and Nadia, too. But at any rate, I'm relieved that you're safe. As long as you have your life, you can start over again. Please rest your body for a while and recover your energy. It's already been over 10 years since then. Goodness, time flies by so fast. It was chilling to hear that even the Oathbreaker showed up, but I'm really glad you're all safe. He's the worst. How should I put it? He's the kind of person who could blow up an entire island. I'm sure you have a lot on your minds, but please rest your bodies for a while.
ようこそおいでくださいました。今後ともどうかようこそおいでくださいました。今後ともどうかごひいきに。
うちで休んでいくかい。
This is A, and this is B. Ah, look, there's a G for you, Mama. I remember it the most. Yoda, you're such an angel. No, I mean, be sure to remember Gigant and Guided Missile. Hey, Mama's teaching me how to study. Mama knows so much, and she's always hugging me. I want Yoda to live a normal life. That's why I thought he could try going to Sunday school first. But I can't let him go to the surface by himself, can I? There's no telling what might happen during class. I have to stay by his side. But I can't close the bar too often. This is a problem. Still, Yoda is studying. Oh, he's so precious. This boy gets 100 points. I need to think of a good solution for Yoda's sake. "10,000 hits a day. No, more. This won't be enough to fight that monster-looking sunglasses-wearing bastard." But strangely enough, I feel like that every day is fulfilling. Getting revenge after being beaten to a pulp is the best way to get fired up. That sunglasses-wearing bastard, he took out all the challengers in the underground arena by himself. Some of the Jaeger Corps even brought out mechanical dolls. Honestly, he's not even human. Now that I've been beaten to a pulp, I get it too. I let being the champ go to my head. I feel like I've been alive ever since I lost to that bastard. And then I got a letter from my protege who's still working at the shop in Messeldom. I heard those guys went to Messeldom. Oh, so it was true. Oh, so it was true. I've heard some rumors about it. I'd like to believe again that the sentiments left behind by Dingo are being conveyed over there. Once again, may Dingo rest in peace. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, get away. I'll talk to you later. I heard you went... Or were you listening, brother? I heard you went to Messeldom. Did you encounter any of the sentiments he left behind? Yeah, I had a chance to get to know a certain girl during a request. I can't go into details, but it made me realize once again that he never changed. I see. A few possibilities come to mind. At any rate, I can imagine that girl would want to thank Dingo again. Not that that would come true now, though. Well, it's probably better that we were able to receive those words at least. We're still alive, so let's accept those words and tell him about it in front of his grave. Yeah, certainly, boy. Thinking back, when I went from being an underground car for hire to an honest taxi driver, I guess it was around the same time he left Messeldom and became a reporter for Meld. both were going through a lot back then. The current times really are good. We live in a world without A. I wish Dingo could have felt the current atmosphere too, baby.
そうですね。
That reminds me about that girl who Dingo doted on. I wonder if she's doing well. I heard she sometimes publishes scoops with the Tyrell News. Maybe she'll grow even more in the future. I suppose we'll have to look forward to that as well. There's a winner-takes-all tournament going on in the arena right now. It sounds like it's pretty popular. It's been noisy, but it seems to be a good opportunity for the scum to vent their frustrations. By the way, all the events in the arena are organized by the boss. He rarely shows his face, but you can trust what he does. I wonder if they're going to reveal who the boss is soon. Oh, I didn't skip ahead, did I? Oh, I did. Hi, have fun. But don't be naughty. That's all she says all game. It's been a while since I've gone around the capital, but I found a lot of nice girls. They're amateurs, but they're all extremely sexy and have the talents to be popular. Wait, Tracy, that's fine and all, but why did you bring them all here? These girls are amateurs, aren't they? Eden has lots of different kinds of sexual play, so won't that be tough for them? What? Don't worry. I'll talk to Mistress about it. So until then, please take care of these girls. I guess we don't have a choice, jeez. I scouted a lot, though. Man, my talent is amazing. What? Don't worry. I'll talk to Mistress about it.
ねえ、こっちこっち。
I may be dumb, but there are things I cherish too, you know. I forgot. Teehee. It's okay to forget about everything. Keep drinking, everyone. If you empty your head, you'll always be happy. Keep drinking, everyone.
キャンディーの特製だよ。また来てね。
Myth Island, huh? From what I've heard, there were some sublime human experiments conducted there over and over again. The DG cult. It was destroyed more than a decade ago. No, it's nothing. It's just the way karma works, I suppose. At the very least, I'd like to pray for the souls of the victims to rest in peace. But I don't think I have the right to do that.
おや、私の
さてと。
両方要領。いい本揃ってますよ。
She's in my left ear. It's like she's talking over my shoulder. Ah, Van. Geez, where have you been for almost a month? I was worried that something might have happened to you. You can't let anyone other than me, your lover, kill you, okay? Wait, there's a lot wrong with that. And who's your lover? Who? But if you don't stop by every now and then, I'll be alone in a filthy place like this. I really miss body warmth. It makes me want to stab you every now and then. Kya! I said it! Wait, that's what you meant by body warmth? You're as unique as ever, aren't you? Van, I think you should keep your distance from her a bit. Like I said, we're not lovers, okay? It's kind of a nostalgic exchange. Well, when I look at a strong man, I can't help myself. No, I need to read a book and calm down. Maybe I should read a book about the torture that took place in the Dark Ages today. I don't know how to say it, but I'm getting more and more worried. Is this girl okay? I don't know. One thing is for sure, it's pointless to say anything to her.
どうしましょうか。ぜひまた来てください。では向かいましょう。トリオンモールへようこそ。首都のランドマーク、トリオンタワーをはじめ、ファストファッションから。
It's honestly tiring to keep up with Manager Dahlia since she only lives for work. Well, when I was working at an apparel store in Valis, I was surprised when the manager scouted me. I chose to come to the Republic branch of R&M myself, so I can't complain. I'm trying to come up with my own coordinated outfit while getting advice from the employee. I have to go for a balance between the top and bottom, and a sense of unity for the colors, right? There's so much to think about that I'm starting to lose confidence. Our strategy is to launch an official website and update it frequently. This seems to be a success, and the number of customers we're attracting is increasing. That said, I'm sure the other stores will imitate us soon enough, so we can't afford to rest on our laurels. In order to strengthen R&M's position at the top of the fast fashion industry, I need to think 2 or 3 moves ahead and consider how to develop the business. Another place that they tease. Oh, you can go back here. Nope. There's no need to head to the back. I came to see Rockford and 3 Point Heat again today. It's fresh every time I see them. Considering the actors' performances, they're also very deep. I always watch 2 movies in a row, so the day goes by so fast. Movie culture gets more vibrant every year, and this cinema complex is the first of its kind. I heard there was a place that that was used like a trial run, but as you can see, the cinema complex was a huge success. In the future, they're planning to build one in Messeldom and Tharbad, too. It looks like the performance on the stage today is filled with even more enthusiasm. That said, I'll have to check it out tomorrow, too. After all, they're going to be holding a Mishi show. They do it on a regular basis, but it's exciting every time. Ah, by the way, Mishi's currently on the observation deck. You should still be able to meet him at this time of day. Head to the observation deck. Yes. Oh, she's crushing. Tryon Tower was designed by Professor Epstein about 50 years ago. As a landmark of the capital, I'm proud to say that a famous person worked on it. Huh, I see. I didn't know that. It may not be widely known. Mishi, so this is where you were today. I was right to ask the security guard at the bottom of the tower. You know, I've been thinking a lot about Mishi lately. His healing level is lower than the old Mishi from Michelin Wonderland, but even this new Mishi is living his life to the fullest. This exquisitely nonchalant air about him is starting to look cute too. It seems I got attached to him without even realizing it. It's the door that leads up the stairs to the control room. Mishishi, I came to visit Tryon Tower today. I didn't know Edith was this vast. It makes me realize how small my own living area is. If you want to take a picture with Mishi, please come this way. We're also selling an exclusive case for your commemorative picture, too. They're only available at Tryon Tower. The observation deck is pretty busy today, too. It's harder for me to see the scenery outside when it's more crowded, so it makes it easier to pass the time. Thinking about it that way is a secret I learned from the other employees. Our son's entrance exam ended without incident. It's been a while since we've had a chance to hang out as a family. It's been a long time since we've been to Tryon Tower, but they both seem happy, so that's not so bad. If the Aramis acceptance announcement goes according to plan, then tomorrow should be... No, I have to believe in my son, no matter what happens. Our family's always been at odds with each other, but it's nice to have a chance like this every once in a while. I hope Curtis feels refreshed too. I wonder how long it's been since I've been to Tryon Tower. Wait, is my husband trying to pray for our son's success with the entrance exam? I heard it's true that some people come here to pray, so if that's the case... Oh, Adios, please grant Curtis a high school life full of good fortune. I feel like we're all thinking about different things as a family. No, right now all we can do is pray that Curtis passes. Adios, please. Dad's so childish for suddenly bringing us to Tryon Tower. Well, it's a nice change of pace than staying at home, so it's fine. I'm glad I took the Aramis entrance exam, but the bar was still really high. No, calm down, me. I did what I could, and I even graded myself. Tryon Tower kind of reminds me of how high the bar is for the Aramis entrance exam. No, calm down, me. I did what I could, and I even graded myself. Young lady, I know the appointment has been called off, but please do not think poorly of the president. I'm sure he would love to meet with you, but there have been even more urgent matters recently. It's okay. I understand, Rumsfeld. I understand how Father feels about me, and I know how busy he is as president. Thinking back, Father also contributed to the cityscape of this capital that I've always seen so casually up until now. Yes, the president has made countless contributions to the formation of the republics and Edith's economic foundation. And now, in order to bring such benefits to the rest of the country, he's traveling all over to spread those investments. I can't believe I didn't understand Father's great feats and hardships. I really am a terrible daughter. I wonder if I'll be able to grow into someone who won't bring shame to Father, Rumsfeld. Yes, of course I believe you're an intelligent young lady. Besides, I'm sure the connections and knowledge you've gained through Eddie and the others will be helpful someday. The president was supposed to have dinner with the young lady today, but something urgent came up. Instead, I brought her here to allow her to personally experience the president's achievements and vision. Once again, I hope this will be a source of encouragement for the young lady from now on. The old me never tried to understand Father, because I had no idea how he felt. But now, I'm happy and proud to know him. Every time I learn something about him, I realize that I'm loved by such an amazing person. You found me? I can't believe you found out where my spy hideout is. But too bad. Those whistleblower files are already in the hands of my people. It's only a matter of time before the police close in on your mansion for making a profit by deceiving people. Andro. Sorry, but I'm not Andro. Looks like we got caught up in her drama world, too. If you're gonna kill a spy like me, do as you please. But know that your defeat has already been decided, Andro. Tryon Tower. This is the year I'm going to capture your true essence in a painting. If I can't capture your essence just by looking at you from a distance, then I'll just have to change my approach. I'll get an angle that lets me look at you up close. From here, I'll close in on the true essence of your overwhelming presence. With this, the new image I paint will serve as my next foothold in conquering you. Oops, I don't want to go down here yet.
サーラさんにシャヒーナさん
We'll get that later.
首都にいらしていたのですね。
ええ、今は私と同じ事務所に所属しててね。売り出し中なのよ。
A dog turned my T-phone into a toy. There's some scratches on it here and there. I'm relieved the dog wasn't hurt, but I wonder if they're able to fix my T-phone. We've received a lot of inquiries about the T-phone again today. The only reason I'm able to guide them efficiently is because I have my own T-phone. That said, the manager gave it to me so I could get used to using it. Thanks to him, I've learned from personal experience where people often make mistakes with it. It's been a while since I started working at the Vern store, but it feels like I've been learning something new every day. Even in Krail Village, I used to learn a lot from Master Goddard by sticking close to him. Technology is progressing more and more. We need to change too. Oh yeah, Lashkar's condition has improved since then. In terms of how he's feeling, I think he's starting to move forward little by little. He's a strong boy, but I think I'll keep watching over him from the side. I'm also going to bear the burden of my family and everyone else in Krail Village for the rest of my life. But that doesn't mean I can just keep looking backwards. My dreams, and Mom, Dad, and the Chief are all surely cheering me on at the goddess's side. That's why I have to get back to working hard to become a full-fledged engineer. Dad and Mom talked it over and decided to buy T-phones. To think that our home would finally get the rumored T-phone. I might be getting a little excited too. Please listen. Today, I finally bought a T-phone. I got 2 of them. One for my husband and one for me and Bart. And it's payable in 24 installments. A brand new device is so exciting. I can't wait to turn it on. It's only been 4 months since I became the manager of this store. Well, actually, I used to work at the headquarters of the Valis Investment Bank. Even back then, I've always liked Vern Company products and been interested in the Republic. When I received an offer to be the manager of the Vern store, I gladly accepted. Thinking about it now, I think that choice was the right one. Before I became the manager, I worked at the headquarters of the Valis Investment Bank. I liked my job at the bank, but I like my current job too. Now we get to that part.
あそこにいやがんのは。サーラさんにシャヒーナさん。首都にいらしていたのですね。ええ、今は私と同じ事務所に所属しててね。売り出し中なのよ。各種アンテナショップも目白押し。早くも人気沸騰中の T ファンもベルヌスターにてお買い求めいただけます。皆様ぜひこの最先端の
Just a moment ago, I received a questionnaire from the head office about the new suites being proposed for next season. Previously, product development was carried out solely by the development department at the head office. But now that our president has changed, we're starting to experience better communication and openness within the company. It's true that when Father was president, each department was closed off. I'm relieved to hear that there have been some positive changes too. Yeah.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
A little while ago, the anti-immigration terrorist incident was on the news. Good grief, they're going to ruin the reputation of the former nobility, of unrelated people like me, so I wish they'd stop. If you're a former noble, you need to be tolerant enough to accept immigrants and other cultures with grace. Oh, it's Agnes and Van, huh? I see you're here too, Elaine. So you're in the middle of that part-time job again, are you? Yes, that's right. Long time no see, Professor Powell. I haven't been able to say hello to you properly since we met last year. You having a get-together with your juniors from work today? I guess it's more of a celebration than a get-together. Actually, we just finished grading entrance exams. Come to think of it, it's that time of year, huh? Yeah, I'm looking forward to welcoming our new students. Still, you must be the Arkwright, aren't you? The? We often hear from Professor Powell about a student who left a deep impression on him in the past. We heard that he and the Sword Maiden were the center of attention. I can kind of picture that. Well, I'm sure Van was a problem child. Hey now. At the very least, I have a lot of good memories. While grading the exams, I realized that there are a lot of high-level candidates again this year. The thought of each of them shouldering the burden of the Republic in the future is a great honor as a teacher. Still, time sure flies, doesn't it? Anyway, it was sure great to see you both like this again, Van and Elaine. We invited Miss Toa and Instructor Sonia too, but they had other business to attend to. Well, I'll have to invite them out some other time. Oops. The most frequently asked questions at this window are about loans to companies affiliated with Valis. The expansion of Valis companies into the Republic will continue over the next few years, and Republican companies will be forced to adapt. As these companies grow, our lives also become more prosperous by comparison. The stock market truly is fascinating. It makes my work worthwhile too. Allow me to explain the Grand Chardonnay we sell here. We sell relatively inexpensive products that have been made in recent years. We also have a vintage Grand Chardonnay available in the warehouse. It has a mellow flavor that gives you a sense of the land of the kingdom, so if you want it, please let me know. I tried to make a stylish ad design that I submitted to my client, but not only did they say it was too abstract, they called it tacky, so I have to redo it. My bad, I'm an old-fashioned designer anyway. I guess I got carried away when I became a freelancer during the reparations bubble. No, you need to be more confident in me. Just be yourself and adopt the trends. I see. I've seen a lot of facilities and services, but I'm starting to see the trends to a certain extent. They make generous use of other companies and foreign brands. That in itself isn't unusual for a complex. But even so, they seem to be quite flexible. Even though they're funded by the Middle East, it's quite impressive that they even use the Quincy Company to win over customers. Even so, it seems like they've expanded the performances they give on this stage. Today is a Middle Eastern dance, but there's been a rumor lately that they sometimes do a Mishi show. Come to think of it, Mishi was originally owned by Crossbell, which is also a rival of the Valis Investment Bank. They may have acquired him, but I can't believe they managed to make practical use of the symbol of their former enemy to win over customers. That's right. Sayla may not look it, but she doesn't seem to handle scary stories well. We hung out around here for her birthday, but she went pale when we accidentally saw a horror movie. Oh my, that's quite the disaster. But I'm glad you seem to have enjoyed yourselves. I know you're both hard workers, so that's why I was worried. I'm fine. I don't even have that dangerous part-time job anymore. We've talked about it a lot since then, and we've decided to take some time off, too. I see. In that case, I'm relieved. Please hang out with me again the next time you get the chance. Yes, by all means. Talking to Lelua really does cheer me up. I'm relieved to hear that she seems to be getting more and more work as an idol. I think I'd like to continue watching over Lelua as her friend. Even now, Daphne and I still get along. We're far apart in age, but we're like friends. I'm so grateful that she comes to our performances to cheer me on every time. You ended up coming here again, but you'll have to hold back on that cake, Bridget. I have to save up if I want to buy all the spring limited sweets. That's right. That's why I'm skipping more meals to save money. If I stay at the company like this, I'll just work until the day I die. That's why I made up my mind. I'm going to take early retirement. First, I need to set up a system where I can make money through investments. After that, all I have to do is retire and manage my assets from time to time. Now that I've set a goal, I'm motivated. Okay. I'll start by opening a stock trading account. Right now is free time during the sightseeing tour. Everyone should be enjoying shopping at the mall. I used to enjoy shopping during this break too. But I'm here for almost every tour. I don't feel anything anymore. Good work on your performance, Sarah and Shihina. Yeah, we haven't met since the end of the year. Glad to see you're both doing well. You treated us to quite the performance on stage, too. It looks like you perfectly executed the steps you've been working on for a while, didn't you? Man, it's too early for you to be this lively. I saw you in the saga of Ravana. I didn't expect you to play that type of character. I didn't think you'd be able to put on such a natural performance. It was a very challenging role for me, but I learned a lot from it. But I'm relieved. You two haven't changed at all. Yeah. That's not true. I've changed a little. See? Like this overflowing adult sex appeal. Isn't that just your imagination? I love the change in her expression after that. I didn't realize I had this 500 internal server error at the top for probably the whole stream. That's great. Let's see which one it is. Nope. Okay, it's not the display itself. Huh. Okay, I see what it is. Well, that's fine. I don't need those. We'll make do without. I think it's a good thing that you've gained confidence. I don't know why those those messages just stood out now. I can't believe I didn't notice them this whole time. Shihina, we're just getting started. Let's do our best together. No way, even Fairy is comforting me? Well, that's enough joking around. You've really gotten sexier, haven't you, Sarah? Huh? Me? Shihina, what are you saying all of a sudden? Now that you mention it, it's true. It seems like the fact that many people appreciated your dance had a positive effect. You've always had potential, but now you're naturally overflowing with charm as a woman. I guess you could say you've reached the point where you can affirm it yourself. With this, even if you choose to market yourself as sexy, you'll definitely be popular. I guarantee it. Even you, Judith? Well, a great actress gave you her seal of approval, so that's a good thing, isn't it? If you say so, Van, then I'll keep doing my best. You just have to be careful not to let any bad men fool you. I'm sure a lot of people like that will approach you from now on. Don't worry about that. Sis isn't interested in guys like that. Is that so? Anyway, you all seem to be busy. We're heading back to prepare for the next performance. I guess we shouldn't bother you for too long. Jeez, sis. Everybody crushing on Van. Well then, bye-bye everyone. I didn't expect you to be so close to beautiful sisters like them. But it's good to see them working so diligently that it's hard to believe they were caught up in that incident before. Yes, we'll be rooting for them too. Yeah, I love Van's expression change too. It's like, oh, Elaine's complaining again. We came to the capital on a tour, so we plan to stay here for a few days. It's regrettable, but we have another performance coming up after this. Please let us have a nice chat some other time. I want to go eat Montmart's cooking again, too. Yes, we'll be waiting for you. I want to learn how to dance from you again, too.
よし、行くか。
I see. Others would certainly consider these to be substandard. But they're pesticide-free, so the original flavor of the vegetables come through clearly. Please allow me to sell the vegetables you and your family grew. With this quality, I don't mind if your price is higher than the market. Huh? It's just as I said. Can I order them tomorrow? Thank you so much! I should be the one thanking you. To think that Romaine's shop would sell them. I'm so glad that I didn't give up. It must have taken a lot of work to grow vegetables this good without pesticides. It's been a while since I made a good deal, so I'm satisfied too. I went to check out the R&M clothing store at Tryon Mall the other day. It's honestly impossible to buy such fashionable clothes at such a low price. My sales have been down lately. Maybe the way I'm doing things now isn't good enough. Long time no see, Spriggan. Looks like there's been a lot going on around A's legacy, huh? Yeah, guess you heard about it. That said, it's only a rumor. But now that A's gone, I figured the underworld would calm down a little. But still hearing their name, it just reminds me how unusual those guys were. Those A guys should have disappeared too, but they're so stubborn. Jeez, they got an incredible presence even to this day. You never know when a card game that was popular in the past will become popular again. But I guess that's what fads are all about. I'm happy to see young people enjoying themselves. Ah, if it isn't on, yes. You said you were in a hurry to do something this afternoon, but I guess it was your usual part-time job after all. Yeah, there's a job I can't miss no matter what. Are you looking for a record, Odette? Yeah, I thought I'd try coming up with more potential background music to play in the school during the festival. More importantly, I wonder if Swin and Nadia will be okay. I heard they were returning to Rimaferi on urgent business. What in the world happened? I'm sorry, but I didn't hear the full details either. Well, don't worry. I'm sure they'll be back soon. One way or another, those guys are the type who stay true to their principles in everything they do. I see. You're right. But if that's the case, then I guess I'll just have to believe in them and wait. The school festival is less than a month away, so I have to do my duty. Huh, looks like you get it. Odette. Yeah, let's do everything we can. Still, Albert was supposed to be helping me out today. Well, I guess there's no point in complaining. I'll just focus on finding a record for now. I hear there's a card game called Seventh Hearts. It's all the rage these days. Even when we were young, there were card games where multiple people could enjoy them. How nostalgic. I used to play with my old lady every time we went on a train trip.
Oh, よく来た。また待っておるぞい。
King seems to want to help me cook more than he does now. The frying pan we have at home is a little big, so I decided to buy him a special one. He's really a kind boy who cares about his dad. There's so many different kinds of frying pans. I never knew that. There's aluminum, copper, Cooper. And even iron. I wonder which one would be best. On days when you want to feel rich, I recommend a brandy from the Erebonian Empire. Among them, Stein Rose is so authentic that you'll feel like you've become a noble of the Empire. Here are the oranges from Orad you requested. Just so you know, buying these was pretty hard, okay? Just as I'd expect from you, Master Malcolm. You're a lifesaver. Perhaps it's because spring is near, but the selection of goods at the marsh is gradually changing. I can't help but look forward to seeing the spring vegetables that'll be lined up at Romaine's shop. I may be a little hasty, but I'm preparing a lot of new recipes too. I smell durians. I'm a little curious. But Mom's right. There's no doubt that they're delicious. By all means, buy some if you'd like. Today we have the king of fruits, the durian. They may not be in season, but their quality is second to none. Even if you don't like the smell, don't be afraid to try some. Their umami is just that strong. However, in order to enjoy them, please wait 2 or 3 days after you buy them. If you do that, their smell and taste will reach their peak. I'm sure you'll be hooked. Meow. Stare. He looks like he wants something, but he doesn't seem hungry. Maybe he's just looking at it to give it to another cat. Meow. Stare. Peggy and I always give Tiger some fresh fish, but he doesn't seem like he's satisfied with just that today. We can't just give away our important merchandise. They'll have to make do with whatever we don't sell later. Hey, welcome! What would you like today? All of our fish are fresh. That kitty over there gives his seal of approval. I recommend precious metals and gemstones as a good investment target, but at the very least, they're not something that amateurs without a discerning eye should get involved in. I've seen people fail time and time again because of greed. In the end, it's best to keep them close at hand and enjoy them. There's so many Middle Eastern spices. If I make an original curry with this, I'll look more like a capable woman. Apparently it's not wrong to feel happy when you eat meat. So why don't we all eat meat and be happy together? They say the customer's happiness is more important than profit. I'll go all out again today.
ご注文は何かな。ありがとうね。
どれどれ。
Rami's passion for coffee really surprises me. If she keeps going like this, I'm sure she'll become an even better barista than I am.
ようこそおいでくださいました。今後ともどうかごひいき。
Trying to talk about coffee without knowing the true essence of it, of having it black is laughable. Fine, if you insist, then I'll drink it black once. In exchange, I'll have you try some cafe latte too. Very well, then you'll realize how ignorant you are. Master, one supreme black for her. Me too, one ultimate cafe latte for him. Haha, certainly. That said, I don't think you'll understand how good having it black is, though. I honestly pity you for not knowing how good a cafe latte tastes. I see. In other words, instead of questioning the president's policies on their merits and demerits, you want to see what he has in mind, or rather, you want to get to the heart of the matter about his long-term and future prospects. Yes, in the end, policies are nothing more than a means to create an ideal country. From that point of view, I'll make the Republican Party's position known once again and question the current administration. I think that's what we need to do now. I see. You really are just like Rocksmith said. Indeed, there's a perspective that many Republicans have lost sight because they've been in power for so long. Anyway, I'm once again looking forward to the upcoming debate, Ryan. As I thought, Ryan is a great man who seems to have taken his bitter experiences of the past and turned them into a source of encouragement. There aren't many congressmen who possess the kind of experience he has, much less the determination to convert it into forward-looking policy. Given his valuable experience and perspective, I'll be expecting great things from him. As expected, Republicans should not only stick to their traditional policies, but they should also choose policies that suit the times. In that case, what kind of society do they promise the country and its people with those policies? From that perspective, I think it's time to make our position clear once again. I've been learning about it for a while now, but coffee is really deep. It's hard to brew it like the owner, but I won't give up. That Kyle. He's so enthusiastic about his fishing practice at the Memorial Park. That's my grandson for you. Wait, you guys came to the capital? Yo, I was just thinking about calling you. Aaron and the others aside, it's been a while. Jack, Hal, long time no see. Did something happen that brought you all the way to the capital? Nah, if anything, it's because things have settled down a lot in Langport. So we figured if anything was going to happen, it would be over here. So that's why we came. There haven't been any notable incidents since Nimeth Island, though. We're just looking for some runaway kids. Since you guys don't know them, we'll take care of it. Really? Well, we'll let you know if we hear any suspicious rumors. You said things in the dazzling city have calmed down, right? What happened with Heiaway? It's not official yet, but it seems like things are pretty much settled. Just like Sal wanted. I figured as much. We heard the whole story on the island, more or less, but it's still irritating. We heard that Sal left the Liu family to start a new elder family. It sounded like a joke until a little while ago. I can understand why he'd do it, though. By the way, it seems like Elder Gien and His Excellency Fan from the Liu family are in the capital right now. Those two? Well, I wonder why. After losing Sao, even the Liu family must have a lot to deal with. Maybe they're here for a business discussion. Either way, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with our objective, though. Yeah, we'll just focus on what we're chasing for now. Good luck. The guard master, right? I'll keep an eye out too and let you know if I find anything. Well, I guess I'll just go wreak a little havoc in the capital's gambling dens for now. Don't get too carried away. It'd be a pain if you got into trouble. No, maybe I should go with you just in case. Looks like you're going with your mom. Shut up. We have some idea of what happened on Ymith Island, too. The Oathbreakers' whereabouts are unknown, and the other members of the society don't seem to be making any major moves. But considering what happened on Ymith Island, it's probably best to keep an eye out for those twins, too. Let's help each other out like we did in the Dazzling City. It's been a while since I've been to the capital, so I'm planning to go all out. Including the Dazzling City, there have been some shady incidents all over the Republic lately. As an informant, I'll have to use my skills well here. While I'm at it, I'll keep my ear to the ground for any info on those runaway kids. Bermati, huh? What's up?
今ちょうど新鮮なネタが入ったところでね。バンちゃんもそろそろおかわりが欲しかった頃でしょ?
As expected. That's thoughtful of you. So, what kind of material is it? Right. Actually, there's something about the abandoned sector in Darklight Town that I'm curious about. When you say the abandoned sector, where that red fairy appeared, in that ruined section, it's also a place where some outlaws get in and do whatever they want. Something happened in a place like that? Yes. There's been a rumor recently that someone unfamiliar has been coming and going there. I don't know if they have anything to do with it, but there's talk of monsters in the abandoned sector being defeated by needles. That must be... Nadia? Well, that's pretty much it. No, I think it's more than enough of a lead. Shall we go check it out right away? Yeah, let's get ready and head out. Thank you, Bermati. I owe you one. This much is just part of my service. Feel free to rely on me anytime. Dirk Memorial Park has a great little-known fishing spot. I'm planning to spend the day fishing here. Makino and Shannon have both been growing pretty fast lately. I'm also honing my skills so they don't catch up to me. Alright, I'm gonna catch some awesome fish today and amaze them both. Another dangerous monster showed up in the depths of the waterfront area. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could exterminate it. I'll call the person in charge to unlock the gate, so please help us out. Oh, it's you guys. It's unusual for us to meet here. That's our line. But now that I think about it, it's not that unusual, is it? This Memorial Park is a place of memories for you and Paulette, right? Yeah, that's why I came here today. After we buried our time capsule together here, I betrayed her once. But tomorrow's race will be the biggest one since I mended my ways. That's why if I can win the next race, I think it'll be a kind of closure for me. Maxim. Selfish as it sounds, I'm going to dedicate my victory in the next race to Paulette and Yume. So even though I can't do it in front of that big tree, I still want to pledge my victory to this park. I see. I hope you'll be able to fulfill that pledge. Well, we'll be watching over you too. Show us what you're made of, champion. Yeah, I hope you look forward to it. I want to dedicate my victory in the next race to Paulette and Yume. Of course, there's no way I'd win if I go into the race with a frivolous mindset. That's why I'm going to focus my mind in this quiet part. Ah, if it isn't Agnes. Thanks for your hard work. Thanks for your hard work. So you invited Sigourney for your independent film, Shinyon? Yeah, I needed a shooting scene, so I asked her to do it. Honestly, she was actually going to invite Swin and Nadia too, and turn it into a melee. To make up for that, I can fight the monsters in the depths if you want. Who in the world is this girl? That's tempting, but I wonder if it'll be okay for now. Swin and Nadia temporarily went back to Rimaferia, right? We can pick up where we leave off until they get back. You're right. Is something bothering you? No, it's nothing. Oh well, do your best, Agnes. You guys too. Thanks to Sigourney, I think this will be a good shooting scene. I'll have to take this opportunity to record all sorts of situations. An independent film, huh? I can't really tell what it's supposed to be about. Actually, I haven't heard anything about it either. Personally, I don't mind dealing with monsters. That said, killing for a movie might be inhumane. Looks like there's a 4 SPG here. Wanted monster in the Memorial Park 2. We've received reports of the appearance of a large, dangerous monster. Location, Dirk Memorial Park. Depths. Monster, the Octozazon. We request the Arkwright Solutions Office to defeat it quickly. CID. Oh, it's right in front of me. Oops. Right, not left. A dangerous monster is intimidating the surrounding area.
これで解決だ。
入金を確認したわ。行
行きましょう。
Hey, I heard you guys got rid of that dangerous monster. Thank goodness, that's a relief. Still, I can't help but wonder what's going on with the monsters these days. We've been adding more monster repellents since last year, so there's no way they should be showing up this often. Also, I got super unlucky. I mean, I guess it's technically I don't think. Oh, I didn't boost her. That's why. Oh well. It is what it is. Central Station Street. Oops. Looks like there's a 4 SPG here. Missing migrant workers. My name is Conrad, and I'm Conrad, and I'm a job placement agent for foreigners who have special circumstances. A certain source of mine introduced me to the Spriggans, so I'd like to rely on you. Recently, there have been a string of missing migrant workers in the capital, mainly from poor areas in the northern part of the continent. The cause is unknown, but if things continue as they have been, suspicion may fall on us as their agents as being involved in their disappearance. Anyway, let's talk about the details in person. I'll be waiting on the roof of the department store. Mediator Conrad. Are you the same Conrad who put in a request? We're from the Solutions office. Oh, you're the ones I heard about. You seem as dependable as I heard. Wait, huh? Who's that over there? I see. So you're the one who introduced us. Huh. I haven't seen you since last year's incident. Editor-in-Chief Canning of the gossip magazine Meld. Still, you picked a pretty lively place right in front of an RC contest. Well, I figured if it was this noisy, it would be harder for people to overhear what we were talking about. Now, let's get down to business. First, I'd like you to listen to what he has to say. I think it's in line with the Spriggans' way of doing things. If I'm not mistaken, you said you were arranging work for people with special circumstances, right? In this day and age, there are a lot of semi-legal and illegal part-time jobs and stuff. Honestly, this doesn't give me a very good impression. Well, I'm aware that I'd end up with that kind of image. But in this country where there are many immigrants with special circumstances, there are people who can't get a job with just lip service. The people I deal with are basically foreign workers who couldn't get work visas. In other words, they're migrant workers with no official qualifications. I've seen a lot of trouble involving people like that who come from poor regions. If they're from the East, Hayaway's probably got some decent work for them. But other than that, there's only so many people they can rely on. Yeah, it's my job to introduce people like that to Food Aid and get a referral fee from their employer. I don't know if I should be saying this myself, but it'd be a problem if people like that starved to death or turned to a life of crime, wouldn't it? Well, in that sense, I understand it's kind of a necessary evil. I can't blame you for suspecting him. There's talk of mediators who exploit immigrants. Well, this guy knows where to draw the line, though. It's true that he's introduced them to some tough work, but he hasn't introduced them to any illegal part-time jobs or taken a cut of their pay, so you can trust him on that front. That does stand to reason, more or less. In that case, let's hear what you have to say first. So you were talking about the kind of migrant workers with special circumstances that you deal with that went missing, right? Yeah, there's been a surge of sudden resignations and disappearances with them saying the job wasn't right for them. It's been a hot topic among others in my same line of business. Not a single one of them knows what's causing it. Honestly, I'm worried that if nothing is done at this rate, then we'll be the ones under suspicion. I see. It's true that when immigrants disappear, it's possible that the mediator will be suspected. In short, you want us to get to the bottom of this before you're falsely accused of human rights violations, huh? Yeah. So once again, will you accept this request? Alright, in that case, this matter suits us. Editor-in-Chief Canning introduced us, so we'll accept. Yes, more than anything, I'm worried about those migrant workers. Oh, I'm grateful for that. Man, that's a relief. I'd have an uneasy conscience, too, if they remained missing. From the way you were talking, I figured you were more worried about the false accusations, but I guess you're more worried about them than I thought. Well, on this job, I often learn a lot about the situations of the migrant workers. It's not hard to feel some sympathy for them. Well, if that's the case, then there shouldn't be any problems if we take it on ourselves. Yes, I have no objections as long as you're not violating the safety and human rights of those migrant workers. Let's hear about the request again. Oh, in that case, I'm grateful. I'm in a position where it's hard to talk to the police or the bracers, so this is big help. Looks like the matchup was a success. It was worth it too. Now then, I'm busy, so I'll leave you to it. You can continue with your conversation as you see fit. He's a crafty man, as always. Well, whatever. Let's hear the details. If I remember correctly, according to your written request, the missing people are white northern immigrants. Yeah, as far as I know, they're the main focus. On the other hand, there don't seem to be any from the Middle East or the East. Huh. So there are some white people who come here to work too? Yes, there are still impoverished and undeveloped areas remaining in the northern part of the continent. In addition to Northumbria, there are also those who come from places like the remote northern area of the Free Cities region. After that, well, I hear there are even some white northern people in the eastern part of the continent. In any case, it's clearly unnatural, or rather arbitrary, that only white people have disappeared. There seems to be some kind of motive involved, but we'll need to look into that as well. Yeah, I'm worried about that too. Once again, I'll be counting on you. I'll be sticking around here for the time being. Let me know if you need anything. So, what should we do first? Honestly, it doesn't feel like we have a starting point. First of all, let's check with anyone who knows about the situation with migrant workers and northern immigrants. As for the migrant workers, I'm sure many of them work at subcontractor factories. Anyone who does a lot of business with factories like that would at least know some gossip. You're right. If we check out the migrant workers' workplaces directly, there's a chance they'll be wary of us. So we're going to talk to third parties who do a lot of business with them. So for that reason, I think we'll start with Bradley, the used car mechanic. In that kind of industry, he must do a lot of business with subcontractors to buy parts and whatnot. Besides, that old man pays close attention to details, so he might have noticed something. As for the northern immigrants, who should we ask? Gabriella is a former northern Jaeger, so she should know a lot about them. No, that female Jaeger would probably be too biased toward the underworld. It would probably be a safer choice to start out with someone familiar with the immigrant community. In that case, what about places where northern people can meet and have cultural exchanges? Come to think of it, the public bathhouse Laguna in the Old Town is also run by people from Remiferia, isn't it? That's it, Agnes. It really is hard to see what's right under your nose. It's true that it wouldn't be surprising for them to be well informed about northern affairs to some extent. I just happened to remember and realized it. But it seems that the family over there has been naturalized in the Republic for a long time. Will that be okay? I think we can expect a lot from them. After all, northern immigrants enjoy an authentic loyalty. Even if they don't have direct contact with their family, there's a good chance that it functions as a social meeting place to some extent. Well then, let's start by gathering information in the two places we discussed. The used car repair shop Bradley, and the public bathhouse Laguna.
任務開始ですね。
さて。
Well then, I'm counting on you to search for the foreigners with special circumstances. Part of it is because I'm afraid of false accusations, but I can't help but worry about them too for some reason. Northern immigrants, huh? I guess I can certainly understand to some degree. We're from Remiferia, but we have a lot of common culture, and people from Northumbria and other remote regions do come here. And Grandpa, Mom, and the others are always giving them lots of advice, too. I suppose I've had a few opportunities to hear stories about the migrant workers. Bingo. Still, I'm surprised you were able to keep up with this sort of topic on your own. Well, whatever. Well then, let's hear anything unusual you've heard about the Northerners. Let's see. It's not the first time it's happened, but lately there have been a few more people complaining about how they're being treated. Complaining about how they're treated? Does that mean there's some kind of discrimination? Maybe not quite. You know, even though they're immigrants, Northerners are white, right? Maybe that's why they don't stand out as much as Middle Eastern or Eastern people when it comes to the immigration issue. Indeed. Even in the campaign to reconcile things with immigrants, it focuses on those of Middle Eastern and Eastern descent. I think it's just a result of the focus on making it easier to understand. But it's also possible that it'll lead to Northern immigrants getting treated relatively coldly. So it's harder for them to garner sympathy compared to those from the East and Middle East. So it feels like they're the only ones being left behind, huh? Even though Northerners have been through a lot, it's hard for them to be the subject of sympathy or proactive support. Well, I'm sure it makes them feel pretty hopeless. It wouldn't be surprising for someone to take advantage of them in that situation. But I haven't heard anything about them getting scammed or anything, though. I've been listening to you for a bit now. Maybe it has something to do with a rumor I heard. Old man Huck, do you know something? Doesn't seem like you're messing around either. That said, it's just something I've heard from others. I've heard a similar story about someone who entices foreign workers who have reached an impasse. I see. Let's hear the details. First of all, I've been interested in investing in social services and charitable organizations lately. I've been doing a lot of research, and I heard a somewhat worrisome rumor about a non-profit organization, an NPO. Huh? An NPO? Yes, it seems to be one of the recently formed organizations that provides employment assistance for immigrants. It seems they've already enticed migrant workers to urge them to leave their jobs to take up new employment. They say things like, "We can find a job that suits you better," or "Are you really happy with the way you're currently being treated?" That's... Huh? They're making them quit their jobs? It would certainly sound good to people who want a good life for a rewarding job, but I've never heard of an NPO going out of their way to encourage people to quit first. Furthermore, there doesn't seem to be any evidence of them arranging for good working conditions for the foreigners leaving their jobs. They're just irresponsibly telling them that they should quit their jobs that don't suit them. No matter how prosperous the Republic is, that doesn't mean you can always find employment again. Much less so if you're a migrant worker with special circumstances and no work visa. If that's true, then they're just increasing the number of unemployed foreigners for no good reason, aren't they? What in the world is the point of that? I don't think it would benefit that organization either. I don't really get it, so I'd like to confirm something. What's this NPO thing do? I've heard of NGOs before. That's right. To put it simply, first of all, NGO stands for non-governmental organization, and NPO stands for non-profit organization. They're both independent from their own countries and work for the sake of social interests. But generally, NPOs operate in a specific area or one field, and NGOs are often referred to as organizations that conduct a wide range of comprehensive activities at an international level. I see. I think I sort of understand now. But if that's the case, then it's strange for an organization like that to do something like this. Yeah, we'll have to look into any unnatural movements of the NPO. Thanks for the help, Anya and Old Man Huck. You're welcome. Good luck, guys. What? You don't need to thank... You don't need to thank me. Instead, come join me for some mahjong next time. Well, there are many kinds of northern people. People who look like they're having a hard time come here every now and then. Remiferia may be rich, but people from the remote regions and Northumbria still have a lot of hardships. It'd be nice if the people of the north could join hands and become rich someday. That sure sounded like a, like foreshadowing. Recently, I've been receiving information about NGOs and NPOs through my investments into welfare projects. But despite the increasing number of NPOs, it's not like there's a professional oversight role. The issue of how to ensure the transparency of the activities of NPOs with no relation to the government has also been discussed recently. Whoa. I'm getting tired unusually early. I might finish this side quest and then wrap it up. We'll see how I'm feeling when I'm done with it. I see. The migrant workers that my trading partner uses. Yeah, I'm sure they probably employ a fair number of migrant workers as a parts supplier. If it's you, I'm sure that you've had plenty of opportunities to hear about that kind of thing, right? Huh. I don't care about the internal affairs of others, or so I'd like to say. I've been hearing some unnatural things lately, so even I'm curious. Well, I don't know if it's related, but I guess I'll tell you. Thank you very much, Bradley. Well then, can you tell us more about what happened at your trading partner's factory? Yeah, but where should I start? I heard a number of the migrant workers who used to work at the factory submitted letters of resignation one after another over the course of a few days. At first, I thought they were doing it as some kind of protest, but apparently that wasn't the case, and they ended up losing contact with them. That's certainly concerning. Did the people who quit have anything in common or give any similar signs beforehand? At the very least, I heard there weren't any. There weren't until just before it happened. They were all serious, and it didn't seem like they had any clear complaints about their working conditions at all. Regardless, they all resigned at almost the same time with reasons like, the job doesn't suit me, or I want to aim for a higher position. Huh, it's pretty suspicious that they're similar to each other like it was all prearranged. And the fact that even those who were serious suddenly changed their minds all at once means there's a good chance that they were enticed by someone. Have you heard anything about that? I don't really know the details, but I heard there was talk of someone from outside the company who was helping the migrant workers with their work problems. I see. Depending on who they were talking to, that'll change things quite a bit. But for them to quit their jobs so suddenly, I wonder what they plan on doing about their livelihood after that. I heard the other party was worried about that too and asked them if they had anywhere to go. But the migrant workers were strangely confident and wouldn't budge while saying they'd manage somehow. Maybe this person they're talking to has some kind of too-good-to-be-true offer for them. Could it be someone related to that NPO we heard about earlier? Yeah, from what we heard, that seems likely. I don't know any more than that. I only heard about it as a complaint from my trading partner. No, that was very helpful. Thank you very much again for the information. Yeah, I owe you, old man. Well, after asking around at 2 places, we got more information than I expected. It'd be a good idea to settle down somewhere and sort out the information. In that case, why don't we head back to Central Station Street for now? Maybe we'll have a chance to report to Conrad on the way. Besides, there are a lot of people coming and going in front of the station, so we might be able to get some additional information. Depending on the situation, I think it might be a good idea to exchange information with the guild, too. Yeah, well then, let's wrap things up on the terrace in front of the station. Still, now that I think about it, it's kind of eerie for all the migrant workers to quit at once like this. Even for me, knowing that something like this is happening with my trading partner will keep me up at night. I'm counting on you to take care of the issue this time too, Van. Well, we're starting to get a pretty good idea of what's going on, but we've got even more mysteries to solve. Let's quickly sort things out. The premise is that the missing people are mainly from the north. They were all people in gray areas with no work visas and then quit their jobs at around the same time and disappeared. And the one who encouraged them to quit their jobs was an NPO. I don't see what their goal is. Besides, I'm worried that the fact that they disappeared right after quitting their jobs. There are too many unknowns. If there was anything that could be used as decisive evidence, in that case, I guess the quickest way would be to charge straight to the MPO that's behind all this. Yeah. The problem is figuring out how to identify them. Old man Huck didn't know the specifics about them either. Huh? Agnes? Are you in the middle of that part-time job? Ah, Miss Toa. I knew it. We meet again, Agnes, Mr. Arkwright, and everyone else. Yes. Have you finished your discussion with His Highness Sharid yet? We reached a good stopping point, more or less. I'll be heading back in a little while, but I have some spare time to some extent. I see. In that case, we could use a little help. Could you do that for us? Actually, there's something we're looking into that's in your domain. Miss Toa, you're with an NGO, right? Do you know anything about NPOs that are operating in the Republic? Is there some kind of problem related to an NPO? If that's the case, please tell me more about it. Van and the others told Toa about the contents of their request and the existence of a suspicious NPO that had surfaced. In response, Toa gave an unexpected answer. To think you were looking into a suspicious NPO too, Miss Toa. The NGO I work for also supports and supervises NPOs at the local level. My investigation this time is focused on the lack of transparency in their activities and allegations of them receiving illegal subsidies. But judging by the timing, I can't rule out what you and the others heard about them, Mr. Arkwright. The activities they applied for are to support foreigners with special circumstances in their daily lives and to provide employment assistance. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same organization, but it's possible there's some kind of connection. In that case, would you allow me to accompany you and the others in your investigation, Mr. Arkwright? I'll do my best to help you find as many clues as possible. Above all, if an MPO is involved in any way, there's no way I can ignore this. Miss Toa, you're going to help us? That would be very reassuring. Yeah, as a member of an NGO, I thought it'd be great if we could get some useful information from you. Although I'd owe you one, it would be more efficient if you came with us. I'm counting on you. With her help, we should be able to make great progress since she's already been searching for information in that area. Now that that's decided, I'd like you to share the latest information about the organization you're looking into. If there seems there's a connection with our case, it might provide us with a lead on what to do next. Yeah, in that case, this might be perfect. It's about time for my colleague who's working elsewhere to report back to me. Oh, speak of the devil. Hello, sorry for asking you to do so much more research. So, about that organization, have you found any leads? Miss Toa's colleague is helping her with her investigation. Doesn't sound like they're from the NGO, though. Speaking of her colleagues outside the NGO, well, now's not the time to pry. Yeah, I'm with some people who are chasing a suspicious MPO on another case. From what I've heard, it sounds like it's the same organization we're looking into. Anyway, if there's movement at Center Marsh, I'll go check it out right away. Well, sorry to keep you waiting, but I did get some pretty useful information. It seems the organization you and your team are after is the same one I was investigating after all, Van. It's an MPO called the Committee for the Improvement of Working Environments for Foreigners. Not only is there the possibility of misconduct, but they might have also been involved in the disappearance of the migrant workers. Miss Toa. In any case, it seems like this decides how we should proceed. You were talking about some movement at Center Marsh, right? Right. Let's head straight there and expose what they've been doing behind the scenes. After that, Van, Toa, and the others hurried to Center Marsh. Could that be the person we heard about? If that's the case, we'll have to catch him before we lose sight of him and get him to tell us what he's up to. We can't. It's certainly a possibility, but we still don't know for sure. If we carelessly make contact with the wrong person, they'll be wary of us. Still, it's true that we can't afford to take it easy. Let's just confirm the bare minimum and move on. I see. So that guy just now said he was with the Committee for the Improvement of Working Environments for Foreigners, huh? Yes. He pointed out that because I'm a foreigner, I may have been subjected to unfair working conditions. In order to get a better job, he recommended that I quit my current one and challenge myself. Well, I wanted to be stable, so I turned down his offer for now. Van. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. There's no room for doubt about the organization's name and their methods. He shouldn't have gotten far yet. Let's find him and follow him. Right. We'll definitely get some evidence. I wonder if he's trying to make contact with someone. Perhaps somewhere where there aren't many people. This might be our chance to find out who's behind this. Let's follow him carefully. Follow the suspicious man. Don't get too far. Don't get too close. Don't get too far away. Blah 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 blah. If I'm not mistaken, that's the way toward the old sewer system. If he's going to a place like that... That's the kind of gloomy place you'd expect for a bunch of villains to have a secret meeting. Whatever the case, it's an unnatural place for an NPO employee to suddenly stop by. That said, the path over there is narrow, so if we follow him up close, he'll probably catch us. This is... Quattro, can you give me a hand? I see. Yeah, I think Fio would certainly be able to record video and audio without being noticed. Fio, I want you to broadcast that man's movements without him noticing. Roger. Tracking the target in stealth mode. Video and audio will be sent to your Zypha, Quattro. So, what's today's haul? It's not looking good. I guess it's because the marsh is so well managed. Next, I think I'll focus around the construction site in the suburbs. Whatever. Now that we've got the first batch, we don't need to go overboard. In any case, the first batch will be shipped after this. You're gonna be there too, right? Yeah, it's the result of all the hard work we put in. I'll do my best to see it through. And while I'm at it, I'd like the higher-ups to tell me about our clients. Well, I feel like you shouldn't carelessly bring that up. For now, I'm gonna go underground and see if there are any convenient delinquents or vagrants down there. Got it. If you make any progress down there, let me know. That was... Could it be? Yeah, that sounded even worse than I thought. Human trafficking. That's a possibility. If that's the case, we can't just overlook this. By an NPO? No, to think they're posing as an NPO, it's too much. We absolutely have to stop them here. Ah, everyone! The target's here! Looks like he's headed to that so-called meeting place. Alright, let's keep following him. Yes, for the sake of those who have been harmed, we absolutely can't let them get away with this. Follow the suspicious man again. Don't get too close, don't get too far. I had a hunch, but he used a car, huh? Judging by his direction, it looks like he's headed for the suburbs. Just in case, I got the car's registration number. But if we're going to chase him by car now, it's going to be a bit difficult to catch up. Ah, my colleague might have figured something out. Can I talk to him for a bit? Is this about the movements in the suburbs you mentioned earlier? A suspicious bus in the suburbs with people who look like immigrants on board. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Around that area. I guess it would be along Route 8 on the National Highway. Route 8? That's the same direction the car was headed earlier. Huh, so now it's completely related. Looks like we know where to go now. Anyway, thanks for the valuable information on such short notice. We'll handle this matter on our end, so don't worry. Feel free to act on your own from now on. Yeah, I'll leave this matter to you for now, Toa. Well, if you need anything else, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'm sorry to make you wait again, but now we can decide on a course of action. Yeah, I didn't expect to rely on your friend to give us one last push. Alright then, let's head to this so-called meeting place right away and stop what they're doing. Yes, we'll definitely catch that group pretending to be an MPO in the act and put an end to their scheme. That's not what you said. I quit because you said you could get me a job with better working conditions. And you even gathered us here. Where in the world are you taking us? We prepared a workplace for you as promised. We're taking you to your next employer. Besides, you wouldn't have been able to find a new job on your own, would you? You bastard! You tricked us! You made us quit our jobs just for this! Eek! You have no right to refuse. Just be quiet and come along. You don't have anywhere to go right now anyway. I think it's in your best interest to just obey. Huh, you're showing your true colors, fake NPO. No, the Dual family. To think you'd use an NPO for human trafficking will absolutely put an end to this right here. We've heard the whole story. How could someone take advantage of people in a weaker position and do something like this? We've recorded all your conversations. There's no way you can talk your way out of this. Theo, thanks for scouting ahead. How do you know about this place? Are you those same Spriggans who messed with us last year? Huh, if you remember us, then we can skip the small talk. In that case, you should know a little bit about our way of doing things, right? We're not going to show mercy to people who do this kind of thing. You better be prepared. You bastards are in charge of recommending people for the Dual family. You're so-called recruiters, huh? You've got some nerve to try a disgusting business that even the Lie family didn't try. You're acting like slave traders from the old days. We absolutely won't forgive you. Commencing suppression. All the victims, please evacuate to the bus. I'll protect the people on the bus. Don't worry about things over here. Don't underestimate us. Now that you know, we're not letting you leave. We'll make you regret ever snooping around. Cry and beg for forgiveness as much as you can. Oh, this poor guy. Huh. If you're gonna hold a grudge, you should hold it against whoever thought up this kind of business. Alright, let's hurry up and tie these guys up. Damn Spriggans. How dare you ruin our carefully planned new business. Now that it's come to this, I'll at least make that man pay for this. I won't let you! Gah, even a little girl like you. I may look like this, but I have a fair amount of experience myself. Besides, there's no way I'd turn a blind eye to you for pretending to be an NPO and deceiving immigrants. Did you think we'd forgotten about you? You're pretty naive. Anyway, we've got a lot of questions for you. Give up and tell us everything you know, got it? So this is it. After that, Van and the others thoroughly interrogated the Mafia members who had pretended to be NPO employees. This incident was ultimately carried out by a faction of the Duel family. It became clear that the NPO in question had originally been a shell company that was established to illegally receive subsidies. However, they didn't know much about the key question of why are they primarily targeting the northern region of the continent. Foreshadowing. I'm grateful for you handing over the Mafia's people for now. We've been keeping an eye on the Duel family's movements. Appreciate you settling this quicker than expected. By the way, you're fine with leaving the victims to us for now, right? It's only a temporary measure. Don't get the wrong idea. In the first place, even though you're friends with Analyst Kincaid, as far as I'm concerned... Anyway, we need to act based on our positions. I'm mad now, but don't do anything unnecessary. Well, I'll do my best not to make Renee mad. Hello, Commissioner Hubert. Yes, the Mafia in question has been successfully secured. Looks like the Second Public Relations Bureau will need to confirm their relationship with the matter in question. According to what their collaborators have told us, it seems those are their clients as expected. Yeah, considering the profile of the victims, the possibility of them being in that field is high. Looking into their background is... What's wrong, Commissioner Hubert? It's nothing. Anyway, I'll take care of the handover. After sharing information with the other departments, the Integrated Analysis Department should be able to make a conclusion. I don't think any of this gets resolved, so I'm curious if this is gonna... like, kind of... There's gonna be some follow-up in Kaino Kiseki. That'd be interesting. We've officially been put in charge of this matter, too. All you guys did was help us deal with them temporarily. I don't think it's any deeper that it's any deeper than that, got it? Yeah, you don't have to tell us that. In terms of protecting the missing people and arresting the culprits, we were able to complete the request more or less. Yes, But why did they target people from the northern part of the continent? I'm concerned that we don't know their motive. There's a demand for that kind of group from their clients. They didn't tell us any more than that. It didn't seem like they were lying about that. Come to think of it, that CID guys seem to be concerned about their clients, too. A demand for poor white people who are dissatisfied with the status quo. It's not entirely unthinkable. Yes, even so, we need to be patient and conduct a thorough investigation from multiple angles before we can be sure. Anyway, we need to take these guys back and decide what to do with them for now. After that, Van and the others returned to the capital with the migrant workers using the bus left behind by the Mafia. They had the people they protected stand by on the bus as they reported to Conrad about what had happened. And so, that's the background behind the disappearance of the migrant workers. We can't say for sure about the demand for them, but we were able to bring them all back safely. Oh, that's good to hear. Man, I was right to ask you guys for help. But to think that a mafia corralled them, that's really terrible. By the way, what will happen to the livelihood of those who were affected by this in the future? It's certainly a difficult problem. They're immigrants who are irregularly employed for manual labor without work visas to begin with. And now the jobs they finally got were taken away from them like this. Having said that, if they honestly report their damages to the police, there's a chance they'll be deported on suspicion of illegally residing in the country. Of course, the Guild has no objections to protecting them from a humanitarian standpoint. That said, given their position, there will be limits to what can be done if the authorities intervene. This is a real pain in the ass, huh? I guess it's a deep-rooted problem after all. So, where's the point of compromise going to be for the chief of our solutions office? Well, leave them to the mediator. Solves everything. Why don't we just ask the mediator here to help out? Van? It's true that I'm used to dealing with people with special circumstances like them. If I can mediate for that many people, it wouldn't be a bad deal in terms of business. Maybe it's not my place to say this, but is that okay? Well, I can tell from this incident to some extent that you're a guy who goes through the proper channels. Plus, you have Editor-in-Chief Canning's approval. That's what caught my eye. Honestly, I feel like it's pretty shady from a legal standpoint. In other words, you're giving those migrant workers another chance, huh? I'm sure those guys have proper reasons for taking a risk to work in the Republic. This would be one way to get them to work again while sidestepping the police and the Immigration Bureau. So, we accept this offer? If you're willing to go that far, then I'll take responsibility for them in my own way. I still have proper connections. I think I'll be able to secure honest work for all of them where they won't be exploited. To be frank, given my position, I can't exactly welcome it. Is that your choice, Van? Yeah, it's part of a Spriggan's way of doing things to be flexible when it comes to people with special circumstances. Besides, it's not like I'm fully trusting or completely delegating everything to this mediator. If he breaks his promise, I'll make sure he faces the consequences. I see. In that case, I'll trust your judgment here. Then again, if a problem arises, the Guild will be prepared to deal with it. Anyway, thanks to you guys, you protected our position and the migrant workers. Once again, I'm grateful. As for your reward, I'll transfer it as planned. Yeah, then there's no problem. Well, it's also thanks to our connection through Editor-in-Chief Canning. If you need anything else, just let me know. You're so reliable. I'll have to thank Master Canning again. Well then, I'm off to discuss what to do next with my colleagues, so if you'll excuse me. It's about time for me to head back too. I'll have to discuss this matter with the ICO as soon as possible, and there are a lot of other things I need to look into. Ms. Toa, thank you very much for your help this time. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have been able to solve this case. Yeah, I heard you were capable, but you've been a lot more helpful than I expected. Well, depending on the case, I might rely on you as a connection again in the future. I'll take that as a compliment. Well then, good luck with your part-time job again, Agnes. I don't know how to put it, but that case left a bad taste in my mouth. But I guess that settles it for now, huh? Yeah, there are still some things I'm curious about, but we've already decided what to do with the victims. As for the case itself, I think it's safe to say we've reached a stopping point. Then again, if something like this is happening, we need to keep it in mind. Right, if there are any more villains like them, we'll just have to teach them a lesson. I'm sure the guild will renew its alert status in response to this incident. If there are any indications, we should be able to get a handle on things quickly. I'm worried about a similar incident happening this time. But more importantly, Van and Miss Toa seem to have noticed something about the background of the incident. The CID people said something about that field. Since white people were targeted, could it be... So, can you tell me what you found out during your investigation into the main issue? Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be able to get a handle on the details of this so-called scheme myself. All I know is there's going to be some kind of action soon. That's probably why the CID is so wary of the second generation in that area. I see, so that's how it's connected after all. I'll investigate as much as I can. But depending on the field, it might be best to enlist the help of Angie and George. It might have something to do with what Reen was worried about after all. Anyway, since we can move ahead of them, we'll just have to figure out what's going on in our own way. In a way, you could say it's our responsibility as the ones who have seen the underside of the Empire. Yeah, it's not for the Empire or the Republic, but for the future of this continent. Let's both do what we can from now on too, Crow.
これで幕引きだ。
入金を確認したわ。
Alright. Unless the next part is short, I might call it there. Kind of tired early tonight. Well, this one's quick. We'll do this one real quick, because I think this is the last one. Might as well end with all of the side quests being done. Looks like there's a 4 SPG here. Wanted monsters in the Sidon District Waterworks. There are reports of large, dangerous monsters called Krakens that have appeared in the Sidon District Waterworks. The guild requests that you defeat these monsters on its behalf. Bracer Guild. Challenge the wanted monsters in the waterworks. Dangerous monsters are intimidating the surrounding area. I think Rosette's close enough.
頼んだぜアニエス。
行くぜ。はっ、チャンスだ。
フルブースト全開の
暗き力へ、青へと帰りやがれ。蒼天反射。任せた。リセット。
Okay, well, can't reach them both from behind. Okay, that was overkill. I didn't even know you could do that to these guys.
頼んだぜアニエス。
チャンスだ。いつでも行ける。空よ。
行きます。
頼んだぜアニエス。
テラスフレアデスレイ。
当然だな。
これからも頑張ります。
Oops. Nice, more Zeron powder.
これで幕引きだ。
入金を確認したわ。では参りましょう。
All right. Don't need to do that. We'll do that next time. Otherwise, I'll just keep going. All right. I'm gonna end it where I started it. Appreciate it. Later.
そうだな。さてと。さてと。